Hello everybody, good evening, welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your Manchester United versus Bournemouth Watchalong. A must-win game for Manchester United tonight. I don't think any of us are in any doubt about that at all. We must win this game. The team is pretty much as expected. Give us your thoughts on that. Obviously a lot going on at the moment around Ruben Amorim and his formational changes and what he said about the youth. But first and foremost, let's get it. Let's get it exactly as Chicken says. Let's get it. Let's go and get the 3 points and we'll continue the conversation about vision and performance. But results are what are going to help Amorim survive, are going to what keep us happy. I don't mind having a conversation about vision and performance as long as we're winning games. That's the sort of conversation I want to have. So look, up the TUS Ultras, says Quantum. Thank you very much. Aravind, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for you as well. Get your chats in. We'll read those out. And of course, we're losing. Poor lineup, says Jamie. Well, look, the lineup is on the screen for you there. We are sponsored by Air Up. I'll be talking about them in a minute. I've got a brand new flavour to tell you about. Great Christmas present this. But before we get into that, let's have a little look at this. This is the United side to play tonight. I mean, look. No Mazraoui, because he's gone to the AFCON. We hinted about this afternoon that Real Betis had called their players up for Morocco. So obviously Moroccan Mazraoui is gone. I think that's because they play earlier than Ivory Coast or Mbermo, who is Cameroon. So that's why that is. If there's one, I like Mazraoui. If there's one area of the pitch that we can confirm is okay, then that's absolutely fine. A lot of people saying 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3. Well, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in a moment, but let's talk about this team first. I want to talk about Amorim saying the Pope himself wouldn't get my formation to change, but some of you going, wow, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. You know, we're all going, this is a manager that said that Pope himself won't get him to change his formation. And basically, two players going to the AFCON that he knew were going to the AFCON in August, he's now saying he will change his formation. So, look, open the debate up. You know, some of you get very aggressive and very angry about us just giving you facts. He said 2 months ago, not even the Pope himself will get me to change my formation. It's not going to happen. And now people are going, yeah, but he didn't mean about the AFCON. What, the AFCON he knew about? Come on, we'll talk about that in a minute. Team news, Yoro in for Mazraoui. I like that. I like Yoro. Heaven starts again. I like that. I would say about Martinez, I've got my butcher top on because we beat Wolves with this on. So I'm sort of, you know, I'll keep the top on and keep the vibes going. But I did expect Martinez to be playing games by now. It's not a moaning point. Not at all, but I did expect him to be playing by now. He's been back in training for a long time. And I know, I understand, I bloody understand it. We've got to be careful. We don't want him to get injured. But he was on international duty training with the Argentinian side a month ago. Like, I would have expected him to be back in amongst it by now. Is he not fit or is he being benched for Luke Shaw? I just posed that question. Delo and Ahmad, we expected. Casemiro and Bruno, we expected. Mount and Mbermo and Cunha, we expected. Although Sesko is back on the bench. So, look, apart from Mazraoui missing out, I think the team is pretty much as we would have expected it, really. I think it is. So, yeah. But I want to talk about the formation. I really, really do. But before I do that, let me just... sorry, Air Up wasn't in the schedule, so I'll just do that myself, shall I? Yeah, okay, let's move that over. Yeah, we're sponsored by Air Up on the show tonight. Let me just tell you what Air Up is. Fantastic bit of kit. I've been using it over the last few weeks. So basically, you pop your flavour on the top, it's water in there, and it's all done by the power of scent. So if you want to up your rehydration or hydration game, then Air Up is the way to do it. You get your bottle, you fill it up with water, you pop your little flavour on the top. I've got blue raspberry today. I did have cherry before. My daughter's actually got a strawberry mojito one, but there's no alcohol in it because it's just all taste done through your nose. So here's a first taste of blueberry. And my nose is playing tricks on my mind, and I'm getting a hint of blue raspberry, which is very, very nice. So there we go. I'll be sucking on my Air Up for this stream, hydrating myself, which I need to after the weekend, trust me. So with Christmas coming up, long days, long nights, get your hydration going over the festive period, and also get a code of Goldbridge and 10% off. So if you're looking to get it yourself and up your hydration game, or a nice little gift actually, it comes in a nice little box, then you get your flavours in a little box. You know, at Christmas time, these times, or any birthdays or anything like that, it's very difficult to actually wrap something up physically. So a fantastic little present, which is not only clever and they'll go, oh, that's interesting, but also you're helping people's health, getting them to drink more water, which is why I'm 62 and I look like I'm 40. I'm not, I actually am 46. But, water is part of my regime. I've always said that to you, and now I get to drink a lot more. So check out Air Up, links in the description, or scan the QR code. Get 10% off with the code Goldbridge. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I did that myself. This is what brands get with me. I come up with lines that they don't have. What a gift to give. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. People are booing me in the chat for that one. You should have got the cherry flavour, says Mrs. Star. I already did that one. We did that one before. You immediately started attacking Amorim for changing his formation. What formation do you really want us to play, says Kai? I mean, look, you've come in a little bit immature there, Kai. You're talking about you immediately attacked Amorim for changing his formation. It's not about attacking a manager, mate. It's about some of the stuff he comes out with that, you know, I want a manager of Man United that has a vision that I can believe in. People are telling us doubters to back the manager like a bunch of bloody lemmings jumping off a cliff. No, thank you. I don't want to break my neck. I want a manager that I trust. I want a manager I believe in. And he keeps doing things that make me go, hold on a minute. A couple of months ago, you said this. You're saying Mainoo's been bad in training, basically. 2 weeks ago, you said he deserves to start because he's playing well in training. So I think in relation to the formation, if he plays a 3-4-3, and he has hinted at it before the game, I'll just take you back to this interview 2 months ago when asked about Sir Jim Radcliffe asking him to change his formation to a 4-3-3. He said, no one, not even the Pope, will change. This is my job, this is my responsibility, this is my life, so I will not change that. I'm sorry, you know, when I've got a Man United manager saying, I'm not going to change, the Pope himself is not going to make me change, and then 2 months later he's going, well, we might need to change. I'm sort of like going, well, are we just morons? Are we just people who, oh, he didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. He didn't actually mean that. I mean, I'm sort of like, of course he can change. I don't care if he changes. But why did we employ him in the first place if we're now going to go 4-3-3? We knew about the AFCON. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Do you think Amorim is still the right guy, says Dawson? I hope he is the right guy, mate. I think he is struggling a bit at the moment. Look, he's getting it from all sides, isn't he? Loads of fans are going after him. Ex-players are going after him. The media are going after him. He's getting zero protection from people above him because they don't know what they're doing. It's a really difficult job. And I've said before, look, you know, I know there's some of you that are Amorim out, but where would you go? Who's going to come in and do the job any better? Like, it's a difficult job. But you know what? I think he's struggling at the moment. But all he can do is win games. That's what he said. So, you know, he's just got to keep winning. Like tonight, if he doesn't win tonight, everything he said about Amas and Mainoo and, you know, changing his formation becomes a problem. If he wins tonight, everything is absolutely fine. And look, you know, I want to win. I mean, look, I heard what Rio Ferdinand said. I mean, I haven't heard what he said. I've just been sent this. So Amorim's comments on Amas. He's doing well at Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, this is Ferdinand talking about Amorim's comments on Amas. Somebody asked me to read this. So this is what Rio said. He's doing well at Sheffield Wednesday. A team struggling. Man United is different. They had him here. If he was good enough, he'd be playing. It's not like it's a position where you're going to go, oh, it's Bruno's position where you've got a perfect player playing there. There's room for improvement in the left-back area, and Amas was there. He's just won Player of the Month, I know. He might have made a blanket statement, but then the one player gets missed out. Only people do that. I don't think you could hang him for that statement. Oh, Rio, just talking out your arse again, just making noise to make noise. I mean, what I don't even know. I don't know why somebody's asked me to read that. I mean, what's his fucking point, basically? He's trying to back Amorim, but then say, oh, he might have been out. I mean, look, he shouldn't have said that about Amas. The manager of Manchester United should be aware that one of his young players on loan is doing well. I'm sorry, Rio. You know, I want Amorim to do well, but the manager of Manchester United is paid to manage Manchester United. He should know one of his young players on loan at Sheffield Wednesday isn't struggling. That's not misinterpretation. He should know that. He should know that. I'm sorry. So there we go. Looks like Monday Night Football might finish talking about Liverpool and actually preview the game soon, says Azza. 2 youngsters in defence and a young goalkeeper. I really hope they do well. Hope Bruno can keep the ball better than usually. I love this community, says Micho. Well, let's talk about something just very, very quickly. Maybe something for the rest of the week. But Simon Stone has just put this out in the last few minutes. And, you know, we like to have a bit of a debate. Manchester United debt is still rising. The club returned for 13 million profit in its first quarter, but the debt is a problem. The overall amount outstanding, including transfer fee payments, is 540 million, which is up 19.6 million a year ago. 323 of that is due in the next year. 323 million is due in the next year. With the rolling debt added, plus the historic debt taken on by the Glazer family to buy the club in 2005, the total reaching of debt is an eye-watering 1.3 billion. This is against the backdrop that United are trying to drive down their wage bill and work out how to finance a new stadium and team that is likely to cost upwards of 2 billion. As of the 30th of September, the financial statement confirms United had drawn down 268 million its revolving credit facility, up 35.7 million on the previous year. In addition, cash and cash equivalents were 80.5 million compared to 149.6 million 12 months ago. So look, the financial situation is not looking good for Manchester United. And that's why I said, like, some people last week were trying to sort of make out that these financials were good. They're not good. They're not good. And it's not going to take them long to start talking about challenging markets again, is it? So, look, I think my point about that is we've just spoke about formation, we've just spoken about Harry Amas, but I really do think it's really important to remember, whatever you think about the main manager, whatever you think about the formation, whatever you think about what he said, ultimately responsibility drops at the top. The club is in debt, it's on its arse, they recruited a manager that plays a system that doesn't suit our team and they don't have the money to give him those players. What a cock-up. And we spend too much time talking about a manager when actually the problem's at the top. And I don't think if we sack Amorim, there's anyone that would come in and do a good job. That's my stance. So to answer the question a few minutes ago, I will be hypercritical of any player or any manager that falls below the standards I believe Man United should be aspiring to. However, I also acknowledge it's a ridiculously difficult place to come and perform as a manager or a player because of the way the club is run. I don't think there are many players that come into this team and make us better, and I certainly don't think there's many managers that do. And that is because what's going on at the top. I don't think that means that you just sit there and go, well, what's the point? I think you can still sit there and go, that player's shit, the manager's not doing very well. But solutions, I don't really have them. I don't. Anyway, thank you for all the comments that are coming in. Just want to get into some of those. In no way am I supporting Garnacho, says Mrs. Stone, but I truly believe Amorim's comments like this make youth act up and do stupid stuff. Apparently, and look, take it with a pinch of salt, take it as fact, the stories coming out that a lot of the youth players are really pissed off. So people can try and protect Amorim and say, well, you know, his comments have been taken out of context, but the stories coming out of the UK press this evening is that there's a lot of young players very unhappy with what Amorim has done. So regardless of what I think, my opinion's no better than yours. And regardless of what Paul Scholes thinks or anybody else, the rumours coming out are that the players are not happy with Amorim. So, you know, that's the situation, isn't it? And I think he did get it wrong. Did you see the Chiefs are gone, says Isaac? I haven't seen any NFL results from the weekend. I barely saw any bloody football, mate, because I was so busy. But the Chiefs lost, did they, today? I don't know. Let me have a quick look. I'm just going to catch up on some. Oh, the Bills won against the Patriots. That's a massive win. That is a massive win, that is. And the Chiefs, who did the Chiefs lose to? The Chargers. They're gone. Playoffs are going to be good this year. Didn't Amorim say he's going to change his formation, says Faris. Well, we'll see. Let's pop the cherry, says Mrs. Stone. Dawson, thank you very much. Mark, I'd rather see Mbermo up top, Cunha behind. What do you think, says Scott? I said it at the start of the week. I'd like to see Mbermo as the striker. Mark, assuming Amorim integrates a 4-3-3 in the coming weeks, do you think it aligns with Amorim being told he won't get investment in January? Love the videos. Could be, United Trust. Could be. Could be. You know, maybe he's given up on his system because he knows that he's not going to get the players he needs. And we did, look, what I'm interested in tonight is seeing how we perform against the Bournemouth side that's better than Wolves when we performed very well. against, a poor Wolves side. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Amorim said he would change it if he thought it was right. Missing two of the only functional cogs in this machine is the context that makes it right, says Red Devil Girl. Let me just read this to you again, Red Devil Girl, then. Amorim said he would change it if it wasn't right. Okay, but I'm still stuck on this one 2 months ago. Will you change your formation? No, no, no. No one, not even the Pope, will change. This is my job. This is my responsibility. This is my life. I will not change that. Don't say stupid things like that and then start saying you will change it. Even Pope won't make me change your mind. Equals you all can't make me change. If I'll only change when I see I need to. AFCON is a good reason to change. There will be personal changes. He is a coach for a reason. What a load of shit, Stephen. Come on. What are you talking about? So when somebody says, I won't change, not even the Pope will make me change, what he really means is, I will change just when I want to change. Come on. I mean, look, believe what you like, but the AFCON was happening in August when he said that. Ahmad and Mbermo were going in September, when he said that. He knew all that when he said it. The sentence after the Pope comment, he said, there will be evolution, but we need to make all the good steps. It ain't a big deal, says Rory. Mate, I think it's a massive big deal. Let's just agree to disagree. I think when you employ a manager that has only ever played a 3-4-3, and he's talking about going to a 4-3-3, the question would be, why didn't we employ a 4-3-3 manager, and what have we been doing for the last year? And it goes back to the owners. Amorim can do what he bloody well likes. As I said at lunchtime, and I said 10 minutes ago, my big question is to the owners, why did you recruit a 3-4-3 manager who a year into his job is talking about going to a 4-3-3, which he's never done? Why did you not just recruit a 4-3-3 manager? That's my question. Maybe because the Pope died, says CB. Looks like Monday Night Football. Looks like we've done that one. Thank you very much. Mazraoui says, why cheer for the Bills? All right, enough NFL talk. At the stadium for the first time, can you call my brother Ryan a prat? It's his first game, says Brad. Well, hopefully Ryan's not a prat and he's a lucky charm. That would be very, very good. Can't wait for the Patriots and Man United to be back on top, says Chris. Hi, Mark. Happy 23rd month anniversary. I'm going 3-0 United win. I think we can beat Villa too. We have a very good record against Villa. Man United fan for life. Very good record against Villa. Dewald says, I understand you're irritated with Amorim about Mainu, but I haven't seen a glimpse of quality this season from him. He has been given chances. How many games has he started in the Premier League? He's screwed if he switches to the 4-3-3 and plays well, because Amorim will get battered by the media if he goes back to 3-3-3. And yeah, I said this at lunchtime. Pogba. I agree with you. 115 Chargers having a third birthday soon is nasty work, says Jeff. Mate, I'm 36, been religious about the club for 23 years. I hope in our lifetime we get rid of this cancer, but I won't lie, I'm worried, says Quantum. Well, I know if you're talking about the people at the top of the club, that's where the focus should be. I agree. Hope the new stadium project fails miserably, says Andy. I mean, Harry is a left-back in a team with -9 points after 19 games, so it's not such a wild take from Amorim, even though Amorim's wrong. Of course it's a wild take. Roy Keane got relegated with the Nottingham Forest side and broke the British transfer record. I mean, if we're all like... And look, somebody just said negativity. Mate, grow up. Not everybody has to rim your arse because you love Amorim and you love the Glazers. Like, I mean, in fact, that's the sentence. I'll leave it there. People who are questioning the standards of the football club and the vision of the football club and the mixed messages from the football club still want Man United to win tonight. We're just fans that are asking questions about what the vision is for the football club, whilst you're there rimming whatever you can. The Glazers, Ineos, Amorim, like, fine. Nobody's telling you can't do that, but don't criticise people who actually have standards and want to know what the football club's doing because it's been on its arse for a long time. That's not negativity, it's standards. They just don't match yours. You're happy, you know. You're happy, you probably got your little Christmas tree lights, sucking on a bloody Werther's Original or something else, having a great time. And that's great. I'll tell you now, most of this chat will want United to win tonight, unless they're not United fans. But the bigger picture is that there are obviously conversations to be had, and if you can't have that conversation, then please do leave, because it's not the place for you. It's obviously too intellectual. That'll cause trouble. But I agree. You know, if you can't have a debate with people, what's the point? You know, university, work, friends. You will have debates. You will have people that disagree with you. Deal with it. Not, you know, real life isn't sitting there on your phone and swiping whatever you like. Real life is actually conversation with people that might have different views from you. Get out, smell some oxygen, and realise what the real world's all about. People having different opinions. Your job is to communicate your opinion in a way that you believe in, that other people go, you know what? I agree with you, or you raise a good point, or I don't agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from. That's all we're trying to do. No, I don't want you to copy what I think. And I'm certainly not going to copy what you think, and I don't think anybody else is. Just form your own opinions based on the evidence out there, and stop telling people that they're negative because they aren't sat there with their tongue out, you know, rimming the glazers. Does the 4-3-3 make you want to grab the oil, says Alex? I don't care whether we play a 4-3-3, a 3-4-3, or a bloody 2 whatever. I don't really care. I'm not obsessed about the formation like some of you are, because my big concern, like one of the intelligent people in the chat said, is if he goes to a 4-3-3 and we win, how does he ever go back to a 3-4-3? Because all we'll ever hear is, well, look at how well we played against Bournemouth with a 4-3-3. And then the whole formation thing, which I never wanted to happen. I actually agree with Amorim saying I'm not going to change, by the way. I actually liked it when he said, even the Pope won't change me. I liked that stubbornness. You are who you are. It's your life. That's what you do. I would like him to stick to that. But look, if he changes it, it's his funeral, isn't it? I think it will cause him a problem. Just pretend I said something insightful about the club, says Vic. Oh, it's good to be back. I've had a few days off. It's good to be back. And let's just hope United get a win here. I want to talk about Bournemouth's team. Are Villa in a title race as MJC? Hopefully not after Sunday. McLaren and Carrick's is Keel. I like Mainu, but I understand the team selections is Kazum. He's always said he'll change with time. No, he hasn't, Cams. I think what you're doing, Cams, and a few of you, is you're taking vague comments from Amorim and twisting them to suit your agenda. At no point has he ever given us a vision that he was going to transform to a 4-3-3. And if he has, please give us that sentence, because he's never said that. He has said in game, I tweak things. It's not always a 3-4-3, but he has never said, I'm going to go and play a 4-3-3. So sorry, someone just sent me something there and it was quite confusing about 4 players in a bib. It's my friend's birthday. Can you wish him a happy birthday, says Naveen. You could have told us his name, you prat. Happy birthday to Naveen's friend. Thanks, you're a goat, Mark's a skin. Not everybody agrees with you, but you know what? Indicator posted United will play a 4-3-3 tonight and now they deleted their post. Clowns. I mean, the first mistake you've made is believing anything that account tweets. Clearly, time to sack the manager, rinse, repeat. Media pundits and creators profit and supporters suffer. Wins don't hit and the L's don't hurt as much. What? Sorry, Corey. What a terrible, terrible comment. Media pundits and creators profit from Man United sacking managers. Mate, come on. That's so small-minded. What's the media, content creators and players got to do with sacking managers? How's about you look at where the real problem is at the top of the club? I can't be doing with these fans who try to blame ex-players or content creators or the media for the state Manchester United are in. So, you know what? I think that it could be... you know, I think it's a... I know, look, some people in their chat are saying it's a good comment because they're trolls and they can't stand the fact that United stands massive and Paul Scholes has a massive opinion and it causes the club problems. But the Glazers are the real problem at Manchester United. You know, if you want to blame me as a content creator, please let me run the club. and let's see what happens. I'm sure Paul Scholes would say the same. I'm sure bloody Simon Jordan would say the same. We have no input on this football club at all. It's on its arse, it's in debt, and I'm not taking responsibility for it, just the same as anybody else shouldn't either. We have standards, we're allowed to express those standards. If you don't want to express those standards and you want to kiss the arse of the Glazers, then good luck to you. But the real problem at Manchester United is them. Nobody else. So stop bloody blaming other fans for Man United's problems. We don't pick the team, we don't sign the players, we didn't put it in debt, and we never bloody would. Mazraoui have done that one. Okay, we're getting very close to the start of this game. We've got 5 minutes to go, and I do want to talk about the Bournemouth lineup because it's on the screen there. Evan Nilsson, Jimenez, Semenyo, Kluivert. Interesting front four. Tavernier, Adams, interesting midfield. Diakate, Senesi, Truffert, Smith, Petrovic. They're an interesting side. I'm quite surprised that Scott's on the bench. I think he's been a decent player for them. But look, I think in relation to Bournemouth, interesting side, but watched them against Man City a few weeks ago. They've not won a game in 6. They play very, very open, and that will benefit us a lot. I'm expecting us to create a lot of chances today. I'm expecting us to get a lot of opportunities today. I'm expecting them to play very expansive today. And as Fenke says, I can't say this, but I actually think Newcastle and Villa will be a lot harder than this. That's as far as I'm going to go without people saying you've jinxed it. Look, Bournemouth beat us at Old Trafford last season. Actually, I've just been to Centre Parks for the weekend, and when I was there, I said, you know what? If we hadn't been playing Monday Night Football, when I was there last year, which was a week later, we played Bournemouth and we lost. So it is the same weekend that I was away last year by fate. Let's hope it's a different result, because I do think that Bournemouth can be a good side, but they also concede. Remember what I said in the preview? We do our research here. Bournemouth have conceded more goals than anybody else apart from Burnley away from home this season, and Bournemouth average conceding 2.5 goals per away game. So if the averages run right, we'll score 2, maybe 3 goals tonight, and I think that will be enough. But we do well. We do well against teams that play open, and Bournemouth play open. And when you look at West Ham and you look at Everton, low block, struggle. We'll struggle against the low block, but Bournemouth and Villa, quite expansive from the back. If they make mistakes, you're on them. Very similar to Brighton. Very, very similar to Brighton. But look, we've taken 1 point from 6 in our last 2. So at home. So we do need to win this game tonight. Eddie Mack, thank you. Thank you for all your super chats, by the way. Really appreciate that. I'm just pulling my trousers up because it's really hot. Glad to be here, Mark. Was a rough weekend. Buried a friend to cancer, and it put so many things into perspective. Life is too short. What's the team? Says Eddie Mack. Well, the team's on the screen for you there, Eddie. Hope you're doing well. Horrible message there, but, you know, as you say, life's... Some people lose that sight, don't they? You know, it's not that deep. We're here for a good time, not a long time, and hopefully you're doing well, mate. You're amongst friends here. Thank you very much. Are we playing a 4-3-3 or not? Says the Recon. I mean, I will tell you when the game starts. I think too much time has been spent on this. It's almost like it's more important than winning the game. But look, I don't know. I would imagine he plays a 3-4-3 today because he has got Ahmad and Mbeumo. Why would you start the 4-3-3 today when you've got Ahmad and Mbeumo? I would imagine it would start against Villa. But look, maybe he will start it today with them. I don't know. Welcome back, mate. Hope you had some good time off. Let's hope we get 3 points and move forward, says Nath. Thank you very much, sir. Hope you're doing well. And full Pope quote, not even the Pope. It will not change. This is my job. This is my responsibility. This is my life. So I will not change that. It says Rory. Wanted patience for build now spreads negativity. Wanted patience for build now spreads negativity. What are you talking about? Mate, stop. Right, you know what? I'm really bored of some of these comments now. I'm not the CEO. I have an opinion. If you don't like it, ask me a better question, or let's watch a game of football where we all want to win. Because I could spend 20 minutes talking to you about that. So now I'm not allowed to change my opinion. Now I'm not allowed to be unhappy with losing to Everton or not having a vision or a performance. Naveen's friend was called Mark, so happy birthday to Mark. Didn't we win 4-1 against these lot in pre-season, says BD. Amorim in has insult you, out has tried to convince you, says Muad. What are your thoughts on Amorim's response to Scholes' criticism? Don't think Scholes is just an ex-player. Last I checked, he's a legend of the club, says Constantine. Well, the thing is, right, probably spent 20 minutes too long talking about people who don't like the fact that we question Amorim. But remove your mouth from his arse for a minute. This is what he said. I am responsible. Paul Scholes is right. We're not winning games. We're not playing well. It's my fault. So what do you say about that? The guy you're defending is literally admitting it's his fault. So you're going to start slagging him off as well. Anyway, we're live and we're up and running. And it's a big kick by Bournemouth. And United should pick this up fine. Yoro kicks it long. I want to see a good start here. I want to see a good start. Still in the moving in process and only having internet on my phone to save data. I'm listening to the United stand. Loving it in between moving boxes, says Nick. I hope you're not done your back in yet. Cunha nearly getting in there. But look at Bournemouth. They already look a little bit open. There's so much space there. I mean, I wonder if Iriola will switch it up. But they're on the attack here. And we should clear that away, Luke Shaw. So, systematically, looks like a 3-4-2-1 to me. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. You can see the shape. You've got Yoro, Heaven and Shaw very central. You've got Ahmad and Dalot. Yeah, definitely still a 3-4-3. But as I said, Ahmad is in. And Burmo. Little dot back to Cunha. Bruno. Wanted a handball. Not given. Good start by United though. Tails are up. Space is there. It'd be great to score an early goal here. Nice ball. Good take by Cunha. Into Casemiro. Over the bar. Corner to United. Shaw off for Vera, my English Bull Terrier, says Aaron. It wasn't a handball anyway, and it would have been extremely harsh considering it was battered straight at him. But straight away, we're seeing exactly what I said here. The transitional ball against Bournemouth is on because look how high the line is. And you know what? We've been criticising Amorim a little bit. Let's hope United can win. But in relation to Iriola, 1 win from 6, some people would take this guy at Man United. You know? Some people would take this guy at Man United. And he's won 1 game in 6. And he doesn't change the way he plays at all. And that high line away from home, they concede 2.5 goals a game. They've conceded more goals than anyone else apart from Burnley. And he continues to go away from home wide open like this. They've got an injury here. Cooking with Goldbridge, hopefully soon, Grand Prairie. Just catching up on some of your comments. There's a Bournemouth player injured here. Alec Miller says, evening Mark, just want to remind you what an unbelievable community you've created and what a treat it is every day joining you and everyone else on the United stand. Don't let the haters get you down, says Alec. No, it's fine. You know what? Sometimes I go away and I come back with a bit of a, you know, I'm up for it. Bring it on. I'm not bothered about having an argument with somebody, and I'm not bothered about having a debate with people either. I will not be guilt-tripped or told how to think, and neither should anybody else. I don't know who got injured here for Bournemouth. Looks like maybe Tyler Adams. Yeah, he's coming off. Yeah, I think he is coming off. So I mean, look, we can't do anything about injuries, and we're certainly not going to wish them on anyone. We're not playing a 4-3-3 recon guy. I did keep your comment bookmarked. Corner to United anyway. Ahmad. Oh, nearly. Right across the 6-yard box. Good start from United this. It'd be good to get the first goal. Have you seen the crazy price for FA Cup for away supporters? It's around 600 for family of 4 train and match ticket together before any food. We're at home, mate. It's Jake. Where are you going? This is the guy we want to play. So, yeah, Tyler Adams. Well, we have been linked to Tyler Adams. I think Scott's going to come on now, who is quite a good player. But, yeah, Alex Scott's coming on. He has been quite good for them this season. But Tyler Adams is a player that United have been looking at. So we won't be getting that audition. Although he's probably still had a better game than Belabor did. It was a good corner from Ahmad, yes. Yeah, but look, somebody just said Tyler Adams is injury prone. I don't know about that. However, what I will say is we've got to get the win tonight. Bournemouth have been so poor recently, and you know what? You can do the preview, and I think people don't want to listen sometimes. But anybody who's watched Bournemouth this season, they had a very good start to the season, but away from home, they play so strange. It works for them at home a lot. Look, it's a very expansive way of playing football, to be honest. It's a very expansive way of playing football. But we need to win today anyway, because, of course, on Sunday, we're going to Villa and we won't have Ahmad and Mbeumo. And I think that's when people think things might go wrong. No manager in the world will ever win under these owners and directors, says Corey. Would love to be proven wrong, but I think we all know better. The cycle continues. All Amorim can do is try and win, Corey. I think that's... Unless you're Amorim out, but even then I would look at it and go, surely, you know, you want United to do well. Not the time, but even if Amorim is doing well, the debate will continue because it's just not United, says Fergie. Yeah, as I said, PVR. You've got performance, vision, results. If you've got results but no vision and performance, then you will be questioned at Man United because you've got to be entertaining. And to be fair, I think we have started this game off quite entertaining because there's so much space out there, isn't there? I mean, that's good play by Mason Mount into Cunha. But Bournemouth will give you space. And I think against teams that play a high line, we do look good. It's that low block. You know, the teams that don't press high that we struggle against. We all have opinions, that's fine if we know how to debate them, but it's a game time now. We need the win. Good sign so far, says John. When you do your new kitchen reveal, could you show us how you do a load of laundry? So you can do the first ever Watchalong. Lovely play by Ahmad. Is that a corner to United again? Good start by United, this. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Ahmad, as you know. I think Ahmad gets... Look, he's a bit of a divider, isn't he? But we're not going to have him for a month, are we? So it's sort of a double-edged sword. But look, it's not a double-edged sword. If he can get us the points tonight, then happy days. But we've started off with a good level of intensity here, which is what we should be doing. You know, we should be doing this at home. Teams should be coming to... Good save, good shot by Mount. Good cutback by Mbeumo, good shot by Mount. But teams should be coming to Old Trafford and surviving for the first 20 minutes. It's very rare that we start off like this. There's a good shot by Mount as well. I think that's where he's very dangerous in that penalty box. Almost like, I don't want to compare Mason Mount to Scott McTominay because that will probably get me clipped. But, you know, he has got that ability to arrive late into the box. God, I don't know how we haven't scored here. We started off really well. Bournemouth are really struggling here. Just got to keep the intensity up and get that first goal. It's been one of the best starts to a game we've seen from United at Old Trafford in a long time. Well, certainly we didn't see it. What's Casemiro doing shooting from there? Fucking hell. But yeah, I mean, look, we didn't start like this against Everton and we didn't start against like this against West Ham, but... Let's hope we can keep it going. Do you think Sesko starts the next game now that he's back and on the bench tonight, or will we continue with the likes of Cunha starting up front, says Ross McRae? I don't know, mate, because we're playing against... we won't have Ahmad and we won't have Mbeumo, so he's going to have to make 2 attacking changes, so there is a chance that he could start against Villa. Hi, Mark. Introduced my dad to you almost 10 years ago, and he's been your avid viewer since. He just suffered a major heart attack yesterday, but he's still fighting. Tar for what you do, says Sushi. Well, I hope your dad... is on the mend soon now, and I'm sure everybody in the chat will share our thoughts and wishes for you and your dad. Thank you very much for letting us know. Bournemouth on the attack here with Truffert. Now, we don't want to be conceding here. Good play by Luke Shaw. Well done. Good block. Do you think Seska... Done that one from Ross. Big 3 points. Hopefully the lads are up for two complete harps, says PCT. Thank you very much for that as well. Yeah, good block there by Luke Shaw. My problem with the long throw is we're not even good at it. Some teams constantly make chances by the long throw. So I'm trying to ignore it. It's something that I'm trying to ignore. But Bournemouth are about to do one themselves. He's given a corner. I thought that was a bloody goal kick, mate. Bloody corner. What are you talking about? Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Match reactions, countdowns, kick-off, fan forums. Loads to get involved in. Make sure you subscribe and share the video. Thank you. We've got nearly 40,000 watching. You're very welcome tonight. This Monday night, the last Monday night football for a while, actually. I don't think we've got one. There's a slight shape in the difference of the teams, says Woody. Not at the back. There's not at the back. It's still 3 centre-backs with 2 wide players. There might be a change in the way the midfield and there's definitely a change in the front 3 because they're interacting, but we're still playing with 3 centre-backs. Another bit of possession here for Bournemouth. Not the best cross. We should get rid of that by Ahmad. Semenyo, offside. There we go. Kieran Stone says, what happened to 4-3-3, you bellend? Oh my God. I'll tell you what, I'll leave that with the chat. Strange person. There's Luke Shaw, the left-sided centre-back, passing it to Heaven, the middle centre-back, to Yoro, the right centre-back. And there's Ahmad at right wing-back and Delo at left wing-back. For anybody who doesn't think, to anyone who thinks we're playing a 4-3-3. Vasil said, would you say that Cunha's been a flop so far? Would you say that Vasil is a poor rage baiter? I certainly would. Strange pass by Bruno that. You know, you're in centre midfield and you play a pass like that across your own midfield line. Just get the ball down and play a simple pass. I would like to see us just keep the ball a little bit here. I mean, we're very quick in the transition and it works against teams like that. But there are times when you just go, keep the ball, keep the ball. Let's not let it up, says Mr. BDA. Great start by United. Go on, Ahmad. Mbeumo's gone for you. Good ball into Casemiro. Use the space. Use the space. Good ball. Here's Delo. Don't shoot. Good cross. Goal. 1-0, yes, goal. I mean, I thought it was a touch of offside there, but United get what we deserve. 1-0 to United. Ahmad, in what could be his last game for a month. Good cross by Delo, to be fair. I thought he was going to shoot and he didn't. And there just seemed to be a little bit of hesitation there, like it was going to be offside. But Petrovic coming at it like an Arna, and United, I think maybe it was Casemiro who got something on it. Ahmad with a very easy goal. There certainly won't be a touch of offside about it. And United getting what they deserve in the first few minutes. A 1-0 lead in the first 20 minutes. And I did say in the preview, Bournemouth are terrible, and we're seeing that. But look, United perform well against teams that play like this. And look at Delo here, cuts in onto his strong right foot, whips the cross in. It's actually Cunha who heads it. And Ahmad is onside there, surely. Surely he's onside. Oh, come on, don't be... No, there's not a handball and there's not an offside. Good goal, United! 1-0. Deserved as well. Nah, there's no hand on that. There's no hand on that at all. Absolutely not. 1-0, Ahmad. Easiest goal he'll score in his whole career. No, come on. Let's just leave that, VAR. Don't start bloody looking for a handball. Oh, they're still looking at it. Mate, there's no handball there. There's absolutely no handball there. Leave it. And he's definitely onside. They are VARing it for a possible offside. How can it be offside? Given. He's given it. Get in. Good start. We deserve... You know what? We start so many games badly. We've started really well with a really high tempo. And all right, you know, I get that we're playing Bournemouth and, you know, they're struggling. But we've not been that good at home recently. And we desperately need to get the points. We desperately need to win games. Well done. Hell Badger says, I'm serving 60 hours community service for spray painting, cooking with Goldbridge over a billboard. Well, look, you're not going to get any sympathy from me if that's true. Sent one, Ninja's gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Amandinho says, Mario Franco. DJ says, I'm currently playing FC 26. I'm in the year 2029. Bruno's still in the midfield, but Luke Shaw is in the defence. Sold Yoro, Dog You Heaven. I'm worried that AI might be onto something. Okay. We can sell Delo and buy Semenyo. Seems to do long balls just as well. Long throw-ins, Araki, he does. Right. Now, what we need to do now is go and get the second goal because there's a bit of confidence around the team. And we're playing against the side that's very attacking. And very open at the back. So keep the intensity. Keep working hard. Put the game to bed. Semenyo with the long throw, and we're going to break the bank for him now, says Marlowe. Imagine if we... I mean, I'm just reading this comment here from Mr. Oops. Let's have another 4-0. I mean, look, results will change opinion. I'll admit it. At the start of the season, I was like, give him the season. You know, it's going to be an up and down season, and I admit that. But I have become quite fed up with the vision, quite fed up with the performances. Convince me not to be. I think that's a lot of people who will change. Araki's just gifted 10 memberships. I'm just looking at Casemiro here. That's 50-50 challenge. He's just caught him a little bit. He'll be fine. Could Ahmad or Mbermo pick up a knock for a week, says A2. I mean, look, I did think it myself when the Ahmad goal went in, to be fair, and it could happen. But we shouldn't be wishing injury on anyone. Delo 3 for 3, Mark, says Cola Cherry. And, mate, look, you're never going to convince me about Delo. I don't like him as a footballer. And I wish United would sell him. But if he performs well, I'll give him a good score. You know, I'm not going to have an agenda. I don't rate Delo. I don't think he's good enough for where we want to go. But if he does well, and he did put a good cross in, I'll give him credit. But for me, he's nothing more than a plaster on an open wound at the moment. There's no longevity in it, in my opinion. But what we've got to do is not let the game flow change. We started off really good, and what we don't want to do is let Bournemouth back into the game now because we've got the goal. Seems like we're playing decent so far. Hopefully we can maintain some form and get good results, says Oz. Keith says, I suffer with seizures and have had weird hallucinations recently. In fact, the weirdest one had been Delo playing well. I think you're not hallucinating, Keith. Can't watch the Monday games because of work. Watching the show here in Nashville. By the way, my name is Rooftop Ruckus. Mark, you always call me Rook. Sorry, pal. Ruckus on the roof. There we go. And Burmo here down the right-hand side. Ahmad's had a brilliant start to the game. Nice ball into Bruno, into Cunha. Oh, I thought he'd scored. You know when you look at Petrovic and he's just going... I thought he'd scored. This has got to be... I mean, how much space? 2.5 goals a game Bournemouth are conceding away from home. Like, this is not a surprise if you watch the preview. I don't want to predict United winning. That's not allowed anymore. But what we should be doing is winning this game comfortably. They've not won in 6. They concede a lot of goals. They play very open. We play well against teams that don't park the bus. So get the second goal, get the third goal, get the fourth goal. You know, it's not dissimilar to the Wolves game, actually. The way that, although that's a lovely ball in behind Delo, he won't keep that in, or he will keep it in. And now it's a chance for us to break with Cunha. Into Mount, one more. Bruno, one more. Lovely. Ahmad. I tell you what, it's an impressive start by Ahmad because that Truffert's has been a decent signing for them. Shahin says, "Come on now, any player can recover. If Maguire can, if Maguire could, Delo can. He was our player of the season 2 years ago." Shahin, don't tell people how to think. I'm never going to be a fan of Delo. Sorry. I think he's very, very... Well, he's not even overrated. But look, if you like him, you do you. I don't rate Delo. I certainly don't want him to... I don't want to see him as our long-term left wing-back. Having said that, he probably will be because Amorim loves him. So, you know, if you like him, you're probably going to see a lot of him. For me, I just think he's... Well, I don't even know what I'd class him as. I mean, he's not useless. Certainly not. Thank you very much. Yeah, we need to get the second goal here. But look, it's been a good start by United. And how many games have we seen us after 20 minutes playing shit and 0-0? So at least we've got the crowd going. We've got the first goal. This is what you want to do in home games. And look at this from Bournemouth. Playing out from the back. It's unfucking believable that Iriola still does this. Absolutely shit away from home. Concede loads of goals. Playing out from the back. I've got to be honest. Some people have said Iriola at Man United if Amorim gets the sack. I'm not going to say definitely no, but I'd be very concerned. You know, you talk about Amorim's stubbornness with the 3-4-3. I mean, what is this all about? Playing like this. Good tackle by Bruno, and Luke Shaw. Delo is shit, says Doc. I mean, he's not shit. He's not shit, but lovely touch by Yoro. Rumour is Delo is actually Amorim's cousin, says Jack. I think he is, but distant. Why can't you predict United winning anymore, says Mozza? Because people get really... I can't be dealing with the abuse. If I predict a United win, and apparently it's my fault if we don't win. So I'm sort of not predicting anymore. I can't believe how little Bournemouth leave at the back. What the fuck are they doing? Go on, Cunha. Corner to United. I mean, look. I can't believe what Bournemouth are doing here. I agree with you, Cutting. They're not very good. Like, they've got hardly any players back, and then they've got a midfielder trying to take on our press. And we're just getting loads of shots, loads of corners. We could... Look, it's only 1-0, but we could... This guy's not a tactical fucking genius. He's lost 6 games. He's not winning 6. He's conceding 2.5 goals every bloody away game. I wouldn't go anywhere near him. In my opinion. I don't know where the stats are because... Amazingly, nobody has set up the stream properly, so I'll do it. There we go. There's the stats. So, yeah, 58%. Oh, sorry. It's just whizzed by there. Could have been a handball, that. Leading with his hand. 58% possession, 42% for Bournemouth, 10 shots to 0, and 2 shots to 0. So, domination from Man United. Bournemouth probably the masters of their own downfall. I mean, if I was playing against United, I would come to Old Trafford and play like Everton and West Ham. But this is the definition of what a stubborn manager really is. I don't think Amorim might be quite stubborn in the way that he plays his system, but I don't think he's stubborn in relation to sticking to, you know, playing wide open away from home. Good play by Bruno. Good running by Heaven. Unlucky. Lovely ball out wide by Casemiro. Delo. Good ball into Mbermo. And a save by Petrovic. We need to, you know what? We really need to get the second goal, because not that Bournemouth look like they're going to equalise, but the dominance of performance and how badly Bournemouth are playing, we need to put this to bed. The amount of people who don't see that Delo is our best wing by far amazes me, says Alex. If I was the manager, I'd play him every game too. Get help. This formation without Delo would be insanely good, says Connor. If Amorim goes, it's got to be Emery replacing him, says Mrs. Stone. Our players are so annoying, the little switchers, says Ernest. You know what? I don't have a problem with the players tonight. They're playing really, really well. But, you know, if you turn up to work and you're in a good mood and everything's going well, you're probably going to perform. If you turn up to work and you've got something hard to do, maybe you don't do very well. We're playing against the team that's playing out from the back with open spaces. So every time we get the ball, there's a pass on. It's easy. Now, if you're playing against a team that sits back and parks the bus and gives you no space, and you've just got to put crosses into the box, it's difficult. And the players struggle against that. We struggle against the low block, and we perform well against teams that play like Brighton and Bournemouth. So, of course, it's not really a light switch in this sense. It's just this type of a team really suits us. The team that wants to play out from the back, push people forward, and, you know, gives up possession and leaves space really does suit us. Hoy says, why is there hate towards Cunha for missing a hard chance? People will always look for the negatives. I haven't seen any hate towards him, and I certainly don't think it was an easy chance in this game. Dunk says you can keep changing the managers, but as long as Bruno's here, the changing room will stay toxic. Delo's like McTominay, he's a passion merchant, says Nick. Thank you, Shahin. Do you believe in Ruben anymore? And do you think another manager could do better with these players? Hope we get the win today, says Mikel. I mean, look, as I've said numerous times, I have huge questions about this manager, and I'm not happy with a lot of the things I've heard over the weekend. I think he needs to go on a course on how this football club runs and what the principles are. But I do not want to see him losing his job before the summer. And to survive, he needs to win. So if he can keep picking up results, which he did against Wolves and he could do here, then I think it's better for everybody if we get a full season to see what he's all about. Because I certainly don't think there's anybody out there at the moment that's going to come into this football club and make a massive amount of difference. Bournemouth very reminiscent of Wolves with their wayward passes, but Wolves looks better in attack by this point. Needs to be a statement win here, says Kieran. And rather play my gran at left wing back. She's been dead for 15 years, says Stephen. Paul Canick, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Good cross into the box. Good save by Lemens. And he bloody should have... Was it offside? I don't know what happened there. Cross came in. He can't be offside. Oh, the ball had gone out. Runner from the midfield again. I mean, I don't know who's responsible for that, but Bournemouth play with a midfield two, and Tavernier just runs through. Good save by Lemens, but Tavernier just runs through. Nobody near him. I mean, you can play a back six, you can play a back five, but you can't pick up the runner. It's impossible when you're playing in a back five and you're holding a line to pick up a runner that starts 20 metres and sprints through the line perfectly timed. Someone's got to go with him. Big save by Lemens, though. Soham says, one of the better first halves I've seen in a while. Yeah, and it's not over yet. I mean, we don't want Bournemouth to grow in any confidence, but looks more like 4-4-2 with Mbeumo and Cunha up top. Mate, get yourself a pair of these. We'll leave it at that. If we swap managers, which I wouldn't do, it has to be Ancelotti, and you back him on everything. He has experience as Duke. Honestly think Carrick could do a better job, says Fergie. We're winning a game. We're winning the game. No subs, please, until the 90th minute and 2 up, says John. And I don't look how much room we've given them. I like this Scott player. He looks very... I'm surprised he didn't start. I do like the number 8 for Bournemouth. Look, he's very raw, but he moves on the ball very, very nicely. I'm surprised we've not been linked to him, actually. Bournemouth just starting to build in confidence here. Marlo says, don't look like how much room we're giving them. They look dangerous every time they attack. And Nick says, hold on a minute. Semenyo. Evan Nilsson. Silly shot. Goes wide. Nick says, I'm interested to hear specifically what you don't rate Delo on. I feel he's good going forward and decent in defence. No world beater, but still solid. I think he's crap defensively. Very rarely picks up his runner. Clearances tend to be shit. And he's not particularly fast. So that's the defensive side of thing. Going forward, he's probably better from the left because he has to slow down, cut inside and think about what he's doing. Down the right-hand side, he tends to be very erratic and, you know, miscues his crosses. But look, he's doing all right at the moment. Bournemouth have changed shape. Long ball seems more prevalent now. We need to control the game, says Ronnie. Alex says, the amount of people that don't see sarcasm in my comment for Delo amazes me. Mark, please make him man of the match just for the laughs. I will do, Alex. Can we sack Amorim and get Glasner? Says Dunk. What, the guy who got battered by City at the week? Didn't Amorim beat Glasner as well? Eric says, why do we let Bournemouth play freely in the midfield? Look, where we've had success in this game is Bournemouth playing out from the back and losing it. We've not had success from dominating the midfield on possession. So we transition quickly, which is what Casemiro's tried to do there. But when Bournemouth get the ball down and play, they will play through our midfield because it's very open. I mean, that's going to be a booking for... No booking. And whatever we do, no sitting back, says GB Gary. Yarrow and Heaven both step up and lose their position, says Toad. Well, I mean, Bruno sort of got bullied off the ball there, didn't he? Which meant Yarrow had to jump into the tackle. Chilling with Robert says, we're slowing down, they're speeding up. I think, to be honest, it's hard to keep that intensity up for 45 minutes as well. And, you know, it's as good as it was, and it was good. This is where we need to do well and break well. And Ahmad's got space. He's going to come onto his left. That's a brilliant run by Ahmad. He's so unlucky. So unlucky. Brilliant play by Ahmad, that was. It would have been a brilliant goal. That's where he's so good. Unlucky. Really unlucky. Some people would say, oh, he's got a pass there. But literally, he took two players out. He's about to pull that trigger. And it's a very good tackle by the Bournemouth player. And that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's that quick transition again. Bournemouth lose possession. Quick transition. Why are all these players got these plasters on their neck? Ahmad's got one on. And I think Cunha's got one as well. Is it something to do with muscles? It's a very good tackle, that was, whoever it was, by Bournemouth, because he's about to finish that. Brilliant tackle. Andrea says, I agree about Scott for Bournemouth. Elegant player, Fergie would buy him. Yeah, he is very, very technically interesting as a player. I mean, look, as I say, still quite raw, but good play by Yarrow. Nikki says, Delo is a band-aid, helpful and needed at times, but you're always if you're always seeing them, there's a deeper problem. Always, yeah, thank you. Hello from Nashville. Go on, United to Shredders. Yeah, let us know where you're watching one. Thank you very much. Mikhail says it really does look like a back four. I really do think you need to get a pair of glasses. Well done, Cunha. Just need to get this second goal. I feel it's justified. I feel we deserve it, and I think it changes the game massively. Ahmad. Still 10 minutes to go to half time. You know what? The way we've played, it feels like it should be half time. It's been a very high intensity half with a lot of chances. Cunha, interesting cross. Oh, what a goal that would have been. Come on. That goal would have been absolutely elite. Lovely ball by Cunha. And look at the cross. Look at the run by... Look at how Mbeumo pulls off. I don't know whether he should have headed it. I mean, if he scores the volley, no one says anything, but he might have been better off heading that. He might have been better off just attacking that with his head and going to the far corner, you know? I think it's a harder thing to volley. I mean, it'd been a better finish to volley it, but I think it was a harder thing to do. Maybe got caught in two minds a little bit there. Lovely play, though. Lovely play by Cunha. Ahmad is competing with Delo for man of the match, says Alex. Watch Bournemouth low block against Arsenal, says YSA. What have I missed since everybody thinks Amorim is bad and needs to go? We are now, as it stands, in 5th place and we're still not happy, says Fred. Everybody has different opinions, Fred. I think that's what it's all about. You know, you can't dictate people how to think. You're right. You know, you wouldn't be sacking a manager in 5th place. Absolutely not. You might be questioning some of his decisions, how we play football, but we look good when we play against teams like this. The problem is when we play against teams who... Good play by Delo to barge him off. Clivert there, and Lamens was very quick off his line. Good transition by Bournemouth, to be fair, but I mean, you'd expect Delo to do this, but still blocks him off. Good play. Cunha's had a good game, says Duke. Yeah, I think Cunha has had a good game. Mason Mount had a good first 10 minutes. He's been a little bit quiet, not really got him into the ball for the last few minutes. That doesn't mean he's having a bad game, just not really got him involved as much. Nice ball out to Mbeumo. Cunha into Mount, into Cunha. And Bournemouth will clear that one. Bit of a weird clearance. Have a shot, Yorat. No, don't shoot from there. I prepared all year for my work charity 5K. I stretched. I felt a cramp and he tips, says Salmon. If it's a cramp, you'll be fine in a couple of days. If it's a muscle, you might struggle. Rest, get some advice. Fraser says the marks on the neck are from cupping, patches covering it, says Fraser. I don't know what cupping is. Hopefully it's nothing sexual. Given Ahmad as Sean, are we worried about the AFCON, says Kieran. Look, we've got... I don't care whether we've got Mbeumo and Ahmad or we haven't. Sunday, Villa Park, very difficult game. Newcastle, Boxing Day, I would say is a difficult game, but the way that they've performed... I mean, look at Bournemouth here. If we don't score from here, I'll be stunned. Casemiro wasted it. We should have scored there. Centre-back for Bournemouth runs out from the back, gets robbed of the ball. Bruno gets it. It's a simple ball into Casemiro. It needs to be quicker. When Bruno gets it there, that needs to be Casemiro now. He took too long. Needed to go to him a little bit quicker, and then the decision by Casemiro was poor. We should have scored there. The ball needed to go to Casemiro quicker, and the cutback needed to go from Casemiro. It was that should have been a goal. That's Bournemouth again, stupidly playing out from the back, and we should have scored there. I feel like if we don't go in 2-0 up, We've made it a little bit harder than it needed to be. Semenyu's in. Semenyu's in. Someone needs to get near him. Fucking hell! We've done it again! And that's it, isn't it? That's it! Bloody idiots! We literally should have been 2-0 up. Bruno should have given it to Casemiro quicker. He should have cut it back. And lo and behold, how the hell is this 1-1? Here we are again. Bloody switching off. Tapping out. Quitting. Bloody John Cena FC. Tapping out. What are we doing? Delo. Luke Shaw. Mason Mount. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw weak. Bloody weak. Bloody tapping. Submissive. Oh, what a finish by Semenyo. What a finish. Where's bloody Delo? Oh, jeez. He's just... What? That is terrible. Bloody hell. That's defending like a bunch of deck chairs in the wind. Bloody rubbish. Oh, that is crap. Absolutely crap. Don't talk to me about Luke Shaw. What have I told you about Luke Shaw? Bloody... The guy's built. The guy's bloody built. And he gets shoved off like a butterfly's fart. That's annoying. That's so bloody annoying. I'm literally saying we should easily be 2-0 up and hopefully we won't pay the price for it. We could have been 2-0 up. We literally had a great chance there. We had a great chance there. Guru says, shut up, Mark. It was a tough counter. Mate, it was look, it's like Wolves. We've got to work again now, haven't we? Well, look, there's plenty of time. We came back against Wolves, but, you know. Did you watch Saturday night main event, says Darren? What main event? Bruno passed so slow. At least today, 5 chance missed because he cannot pass into... Look, royalty. Look, when Bournemouth will keep doing it, we will win this game, surely, because they're going to keep doing it. We should be 3-0 up at half-time. If we want to be generous, we definitely should be 2-0 up. But when a defender steps out from the back and loses the ball and they're out of position, bang, into the space, especially when you've got the runners. So, you know what? Semenyo might be getting sent off here. Semenyo might be getting sent off here. I'm sure he touched him in the face. Bruno's trying to get him sent off. Could be a red card. I reckon he pushes him in the face. Yellow card. Could have been a red. Well, Delo's a little bit naughty, but it's nothing major. Could have been a red, that. I mean, he has gone like that. Casemiro did that. Delo's a bit naughty because he's in the air and whatever, but... All right. They might review this, you know. No? No. Apparently you can grab someone on the neck now then. Good tackle by Delo on the back post. Fucking hell. Sleepy time. Look, we need another Wolves half time here because these are there for the taking, and we're doing exactly what we did against Wolves, where Oh, good save. Lemens goes for a corner. I think it should be a red. Should we do a poll? Should it have been a red? I just want to get through to half time and I'll give you my proper thoughts on it. But for me, I don't think you could argue, if you're a Bournemouth fan, I don't think you could have argued if that had been given as a red. You know, what's the excuse? I've walked 10 yards to go, you know, if I was on Broad Street in Birmingham and I'm having an argument with someone and I walk 10 yards and I push them on the neck, I mean, is that not aggressive behaviour? You know, I don't know what the justification. I mean, look, it's soft. It's soft. Someone in the chat just said he was fouled, though. Yes, he was fouled, and it was a yellow card to Delo, but let the referee do his job. You can't go, I was fouled, and walk 10 yards and go like that. And he did go like that. And look, it would have been very soft. I've seen worse, but, you know, ultimately, you've got to say, what's the justification for it? What's the justification? I know it's soft, but what's the justification for it, you know? What, Idrissa Gueye? Is it that much worse than what Idrissa Gueye did? I think it should have been a red. Soft or not, he's a silly boy. You can't walk up to somebody in any walk of life and grab them round the neck and go like that. I'd have had more sympathy for it if it had happened instantly after the foul, but he walks over to him. I don't want to see people sent off. Look, we didn't do that well. Luke Shaw. Roberto Carlos. Have a shot, Mainu. Mbermo. Come on, get a goal back before half time. 5 minutes added on here. Let's get a goal back. We've got to go. We deserve to be in front. Good cross by Mount. Headed away. Got to up the tempo again now. I think Casemiro's first season, he got a red for a similar incident. Yeah, it was against Crystal Palace on Will Hughes, and he grabbed his collar and he got sent off. I thought you didn't like red cards, says Gareth. I don't. Actually, I don't. I'd rather play against 11 men because I think if Bournemouth... It's a great point. I don't want him to get sent off from a footballing point of view because Bournemouth play so open with 11 men. If they go down to 10, they'll park the bus, and we don't like playing against that, and they've got quick players on the break. But what I'm saying is, you know, some people see red cards as an advantage, and I do think he should have had a red, soft or not. Am I glad he didn't get a red? Probably, because I think it will benefit us better playing against 11 men. Corner. To be fair, Drogba got a red versus Vidic for less as something legit. It's just that these players... So let's see what happens with the corner first. That's a high corner by Bruno. Back post, Casemiro. Goal! Shit! That keeper! Oh, my God. Well, look, we deserve to be 2-1 up at half-time. Thank God they've got an Onana in goal. I told you in the first few minutes he was flapping at it like Pratt, man. That is a clanger by Petrovic, and United do get... I mean, that's another... Ricky's going to go mad. That's another assist for Bruno. They all count, and it's a goal for Casemiro, and we've got out of jail a little bit because we should not be 1-1 anyway, but at least we've got the lead back before half-time. I'll watch it again. I mean, look, it's poor defending by Bournemouth, but look, the Casemiro peels off to the back post. Yoro gets in the way. Never should go in. Never should go in. But look, back in the lead, 2-1. This is what it's... You know what? I think this is justice. This is what we used to get. I don't feel any sympathy for Bournemouth. We used to have a goalkeeper like that. It's really hard. It's really downheartening. It really is quite... Makes you feel really bad, doesn't it? But look, they all count. You shouldn't laugh. You shouldn't laugh. He's been spraying his hands with bloody KY jelly. What the bloody hell? 2-1. 2-1. That's a gift, that is. But look, we'll take it. 2-1. Casemiro. Bloody hell. Well, anyway, look. We should be... I actually think we should be 2-0 up at half-time. So 2-1 is still a little bit in their favour. But at least we're in front. Somebody in the chat just said it bounces in front of him. It's not easy. Yeah. Premier League goalkeeper can't deal with a bounce. Right, let's just see this out now. We've had the 5 minutes. Go on, ref. He's a very tidy player, that Scott, isn't he? That'll do. That'll do, ref. Half-time whistle. Back in front at half-time. That'll do. That'll do. Thoughts on the half, everybody? Let me know your thoughts. 66% of you think it should have been a red. I'm just happy we're going in front. Going in front because that was a strange old half of football. Look, hopefully we can do what we did against Wolves. Hopefully Amorim's going to say to them, this should be out of sight. You know, go out in the second half and finish them because there's so much space out there. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say we could be 3-0 up, but I do think that we should be 2 goals clear. That's my feeling, is that the performance warrants a bigger lead. But look, at least we've got 2-1 because up until that clanger by Pratovic, I missed one there, didn't I? Really should have called him Pratovic. Up until that Pratovic mistake, we were going in at half-time 1-1, which would have been incredible. And you know what? As I said in the preview, Bournemouth concede 2.5 goals away from home every week. We've already got the 2. We should get the 3. But we've also got to look at the fact that we concede every week at home. We concede every week as well. When was our last clean sheet? So, you know, he plays a back 5. He's out there in his interview yesterday glazing Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw ain't that good, mate. He ain't that good. I don't know what it is about Man United and Luke Shaw, but he is not actually that good. He's done okay. Second half, he tends to fall off, and that was shit defending. So, look, we've got 5 defenders. Why can't we keep a clean sheet? And look, that's my only criticism of that half, is that why do we keep letting teams back in? Bournemouth, Wolves, they're not very good, and we should be okay. But if we keep conceding goals like that against the Newcastles, the Aston Villas, you know, we will start dropping points again. Better teams will punish us. Now, we're fortunate that Bournemouth are just terrible at the back, as we've seen, but let's not make those mistakes in the second half. Now, in relation to Semenyo, just before I go into some of your comments, 67% of you say it should have been a red card. He can vote there. We've had 23,000 votes. 67% of you said it should have been a red card. Look, ultimately, if he'd have got sent off, was it 1-1 at that point? So if he'd have got sent off at 1-1, they'd have parked the bus, they'd have stopped playing out from the back, and we would have had a more difficult time. He stays on the pitch, they keep playing out from the back, we score a goal. So I don't want to see players for a team that play open sent off because it will make them park the bus. However, need my air up. However, we also have to follow the rules. Delo fouls him and runs off. Semenyo looks behind. Delo isn't there to say sorry, so he chases over to him and goes like that on his neck. Now, I'm sorry. I don't want it to be a red card, and it might be soft. But I'm telling you now, in a different game, that's a red card. He's gone 10 yards aggressively and gone for Delo's neck. That could have been a red. It could have been a red. Is it such a troubling reality that the 2 constant pillars of our team are also the 2 biggest finance, age, longevity, consistency-wise liabilities, says Hitton. Probably best half of the season. Thoughts, Mark, says Said. Look, 17 shots, 4 on target, but the possession's around 50%. You know, What does that say? I mean, look, I like to look at statistics sometimes when they tell you a story. The story is the story I told you in the preview. Bournemouth, I wouldn't want Iraola as our manager based on what I've seen from him over the last 2 years. When it works, it's very good, but you can exploit it. They make a lot of mistakes and there's a lot of space. We are transitioning quickly and getting a lot of shots. We are not getting shots from possession. We're getting shots from transitioning because they leave so much space. We saw that against Wolves. It's entertaining. If a team leaves space, we will exploit it. If a team parks the bus, we struggle. So there's no surprise to me that we look good against these types of teams. We did against Brighton as well. So it has been an entertaining first half and we've seen a lot of chances. I mean, look, one thing I did want to talk about was the cross by Cunha to Mbeumo. If he'd scored that, we'd have been 2-0 up and we'd be cruising. So I think that I think he's had a great game. Noah says Mount's on fire. Put him out then. I mean, look, Mount had a very good first 10 minutes, but I didn't really notice him for the last half an hour of the half. And I think he could have done better on the goal, really. I think he's got to be a little bit stronger, but he's an attacker. But for me, the standout players have been Ahmad and Cunha. I think he's been really, really good, Cunha. But Ahmad probably would be my player of the game. Probably the best half of the season. Thank you very much, Sayed. Did you see the vision now, Mark? Says Kai. No, Kai, because I don't spend 3 months watching a team saying I don't see the vision and the performance, and then after 45 minutes against Bournemouth say I've changed my mind. It's going to take a lot more than that. It's been a good half. I've enjoyed it, but I predicted it in the preview that Bournemouth were perfect for us because they play so openly. I'd like to see us be able to do this against a team that's intelligent. You can only really see the change of system and the back four is working. We're not playing a back four. I hope we cross like this when Sesko is on, says Zays. Where are the Casemiro haters? Football never left him, says Mass. I presume you're listening to the match on the radio, mate, because it was a goalkeeping error. Casemiro got a red card for the same throat push, says Michael. Casemiro got a red for a hand on a collarbone 2 years ago. This twat get the VAR underdog treatment and is given a yellow. Twats also applause this ball, says Andreas. Both Alex Scott and Semenyo would be good at United. I also like that Tanaka at Leeds as well. We need 2 midfielders and a left wing back, says Benji. Bruno seems to be in discomfort. See Mainu soon, says Jackson. Wasn't aware Onana played for Bournemouth, says Yef. I said earlier Bournemouth changed shape. We didn't deal with it. Still shaky. Need a big start to the second half. Terrible save attempt by Peter Onana, says Mazraoui. Worse than the Everton red. Should have been a red, says Jet. Set pieces are part of the game. Get in, says John. Anyone remember Martial red against Tottenham? 6-0, says Tom. If Delo falls holding his neck, Semenyo gets a red, says Nicholas. And think this has been United's best performance since we played Arsenal first game. 2 things are clear. We missed Delit and midfield have let runners go, says David. Casemiro got a red for the same throat push, says Michael. Thank you very much for that. Look, I think the main thing is to just get the game won. And, you know, I'm never going to sit here at half time and say it's won because we're 2-1 up. I think for anybody who's tuning in a little bit later in this half-time chat, I feel that we were worthy of a 2-goal lead, and we should have had a 2-goal lead. But we've conspired to make it hard for ourselves, as we always do. That doesn't mean we can't go and win the game 4 or 5 like we did against Wolves, but, you know, it's part of the learning process. But we really should have got, you know, a couple more goals out of that game, and on a different day, I think we would have done. So it's been a good half from United. We're still a little bit naive how we defend and in the midfield, but results are what will keep the questions limited around performance and vision. To answer the question about Mainu, look, I think a game like this would suit Mainu, and I think Amorim knows it would suit Mainu because there is so much space. You look at Scott for Bournemouth, Bruno, Casemiro, Tavernier. You get a lot of time on the ball in the midfield, and I think that's where Mainu would be really useful. But look at the possession. We're looking to transition quickly, and look, I'd love to see a little bit of Mainu. We're going to have a different game on Sunday with no Ahmad and no Mbeumo. And lots of people are talking about the formation. We haven't changed the formation today. It's still a 3-4-3. You can see Ahmad on the right. You can see Delo on the left. You can see the 3 centre-backs. I think what he's talking about is the Villa game. We might see a formational change against Villa. I said it before the kickoff. Is there any reason to change the formation when you've got the players that are going to make you change the formation? He's got Ahmad, he's got Mbeumo, so why would he do a 3-4-3? Why would you do a 4-3-3 with Ahmad and Mbeumo? They won't be here on Sunday. So I think if we're going to see the change to a 4-4-3 or a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2 or whatever, we will see that on Sunday. But we can see that we are clearly still doing what we've been doing for the last few weeks. And people are saying it's a 4-4-2 in possession, but we've seen that for weeks. We've already seen that happen. We've seen tweaks with the system in the game. So the fundamental is the way we set up without the ball is the 5. Now, when he goes to a back 4, I would presume we'll see 4. We'll see 2 centre-backs and 2 full-backs. Otherwise, it's still really a 3-4-3. But the most important thing is to win the game. But I think if he's going to change it big, I think he will change it when Mbeumo and Ahmad aren't here. It's not a back 4, and I'm not going to get into the conversation because I've got eyes and I can see the back 5. Terrible to say, we've done that one. Thank you very much. Would you make any changes at half-time? Critic says, you missed my previous super chat. But anyways, what's your thoughts about Cunha and Mbeumo? I think it would have been such a great goal. Like, such a great goal. And look, Bournemouth leave a lot of space at the back. Of course they do. And they're having a bad season now after a good start. But it's still an incredible ball by Cunha. The way Mbeumo pulls off to the back post, the ball by Cunha. Look, I think people want Cunha scoring goals every week, but he's still adjusting to Manchester United. I think he's had a really good game. I think Mbeumo probably should head it. He goes for the harder choice. If he scores, it's an absolute goal of the month contender. He's just over the bar. That would have been 2-0 at that point as well. So it would have been the icing on a deserved 2-0 lead at half-time. Little bit unfortunate. I thought Cunha himself nearly scored a very good goal as well when I think Bruno fed him at half-time. Mason Mount had a good chance in the first half where he converted it quite well. Good save by their keeper. So look, I think that it would be a harsh critic to say that we didn't deserve to be at least 2 goals clear. Main thing is we're 2-1 up. I think we saw against Wolves, we came out. There was obviously a bit of moaning at half-time from Amorim where he was obviously saying things like, this game's too close. And we came out in the second half with intensity and we finished them off. I would expect in front of 75,000 fans we can do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if this turned into a 5-1 again. I really wouldn't. I think it's got the ingredients for that to happen. And it would be the perfect sign-off with Mbeumo and Ahmad going as well, because they are going to be a loss for us. We're going to have to play differently without them. So with 2 big games coming up, it would be nice to suck as much confidence as we can from this game as possible. Hi, Mark. Thank you very much. You okay, Mark? How can I sign up for player ratings? Says Conno. Player ratings is in the video description, mate. I will whack it in for you as well. Yeah, player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Star your man of the match. You only have to sign up once, and then you can do it for the whole season every time it's on our website, United Stand Player Ratings. Be a great early Christmas present if United win, says Viking Steve. I want another one next week as well. We've got a great record against Villa. If I was allowed to predict games, I think we're going to get a result against Villa. Remember last season when we were shit with Ten Hag and we still didn't get beat? So I think we've got a really good chance against Villa. I'm glad he didn't get sent off. I don't fancy us against 10 men as they would sit back, says Simon. Right, just quickly, Air Up. Sponsored by Air Up on the show today. Improve your hydration game. You get your bottle, you put your water in, you put your little, you pop your little flavour on the top, and by power of scent, you get the taste of, well, I get the taste of blue raspberry. I've got loads of different flavours. Fantastic present for yourself or for somebody at Christmas. Check it out, Air Up. If you want to get more water down you, brilliant way of doing it, and it doesn't taste of water. It's fantastic. Plus, you can get 10% off exclusively with the code Goldbridge. The link is in the video description, or scan the QR code. Thank you, everybody. We've got nearly 50,000 watching. Please do share the video. I just want to say as well that I'm going to whack the player ratings link in the video live chat, so you can get involved there. Also, don't forget that to subscribe to the channel. I'm just going to put the player ratings in there. I'm going to end the poll. 69% of you said that it was a... why am I getting fucking Baller League? Petrovic is still on. Thank you very much. Happy we have Lemens, no more nerves at corners. Look, honestly, looking at Petrovic there and those mistakes, I've got no sympathy for Bournemouth. We need to win. But on a serious note, how nice is it to have a goalkeeper that doesn't do that? I mean, we had that for a year where you're almost anticipating a cock-up every single game. And look, he's made a mistake on the Casemiro goal, but what I would say is, how many other chances should we have scored? It's not our problem. We deserve to be winning at half-time. It's a mistake by the keeper, but it's not a mistake by the keeper in a game where we haven't created chances. So, look, leave them with it. But it's nice to see. Well, it's nice to appreciate what we have in changing our goalkeeper. I mean, this is why many of us wanted Onana gone, because it was those sort of mistakes from a nothing chance that was costing us games. Right, second half's up and running. I want to see us first 10 minutes here go and put the game to bed. Hopefully goal 3 and 4, because we did it against Wolves, and I'm sure that's going to be the message from Amorim, to just go and get this game won. The space is there. Hey, can I get a shout out for Aiden Heaven as well? I haven't really noticed him massively, but I think that's a positive. There's not been mistakes. He's just done his job steadily. I think that is a positive. Bit of space in the midfield here for Bournemouth. Oh, for God's sake. Absolutely incredible. You know what's happened, don't you? It's bloody 2-2. Running off the fucking midfield again. I'm telling you, he's not a bloody midfielder, Amorim. Bruno is not a bloody midfielder. Running off him again. Absolutely incredible. That's just one ball into the midfield. One ball. You know what? We should have a big sign in our midfield, a big neon light. Brand deal, YouPorn. Come into our midfield and walk out happy. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. One ball. Bruno's out of position. Casemiro just standing there. One ball through the midfield. Fucking hell. The only hope here is there might be a foul on Delo, because I've just seen him lying down. That midfield's useless. Absolutely useless. We're just so easy to play through. Wide open. Screwed every week. Mate, you can look concerned, right? You're conceding goals because your midfield's shit. Absolutely shit. I don't want to be right about this, and nobody else wants to be right about this. We have to work hard to win every fucking game because our midfield is wide open. And I tell you what, it's not even really Casemiro, is it? Casemiro's issue is that, you know, time's not on his side. It's fucking Bruno. He's not a midfielder. He's never going to be a midfielder, and he'll get you assists from free kicks and corners, but he'd get you that as a 10. We've got to be fucking careful here. I still think we can win it, but we're working hard to win a game that we should be 2 or 3-0 up in. We can't be conceding this many goals at home. Corey says standards. Bruno is not United standard. It's not that. It's it's him in midfield. The balance is like, oh, he gets goals and assists, but the balance is he also costs us control of the midfield. So it's sort of like it's this. This is why I'd play him as a 10, because I'd still get the goals and assists, but I don't have to put up with the mistakes at the back. Bruno out, 100 million last summer, says Quantum. Thanks for jinxing it, says James. I haven't jinxed anything. Best half of football we played all season. Heaven is the future, says Mitch. He is great on the ball. All I see is positives today. Yeah, that was before. Happy we have Lamens. No more nerves at corner, says United Heck. Concerned with Old Trafford record here, says Charlie. Oh, yeah, early days for that. We've never lost when in front at half time. There's a long way to go to that. We should still be winning this game. We just got to need to kick ourselves up the arse. We still get chances. Wolves aren't Bournemouth aren't going to change the way they play. I'm just stunned that we're 2-2 here. Not good from Heaven on both goals, says Robert McCormack. I don't remember Heaven on the first one, Robert. I mean, I trust your judgment. You're quite a good analyst, but I think that was very much Luke Shaw. Bit of a break here for United. This is where we need to exploit the space. He should have been sacked if we lose our half-time Old Trafford record, says Rooney. Long way to go on that one. I wouldn't be worried too much about that. But here we go, running from the midfield again. Oh my God, it's non-existent. Casemiro's getting booked. This midfield's an embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. It's a disgrace. How does he keep picking it? Getting run through like bloody Bonnie Blue. It's absolutely terrible. Look at it. It's just, they're nowhere there. They're all jogging back. It's very lucky. Well, it's not a red card, that tackle by Casemiro, but it's the biggest, it's the brightest yellow card you'll ever bloody see. It's embarrassing that he picks a midfield like this in the Premier League. It only works against teams that play a high line so they can hit their long ball. But as soon as they run at our midfield, you're going to get chances. I'm not convinced by this. You know, people go, oh, Casemiro and Bruno sitting everybody down. Yeah, when they get the ball and they play a quick pass into space, great. But what about when the opposition have got the ball? They're running through us all the bloody time. Casemiro's 5th yellow card. I don't know whether he's got past the suspension though, hasn't he? Is he suspended or have we gone past the limit? I think we might have gone past the limit. Never losing at half-time when winning under threat, says Simon. Well, this is a good free kick position for Bournemouth. That's going... Oh, no! Straight in the bottom corner, that's where it's going! Unfucking believable! Unbelievable! This is incredible! Incredible! Bloody... I mean, what did they do at half-time? They're like the pissed relative at Christmas who's, you know, speaking incoherently, absolutely fucking useless and open to anyone to have a go on them. Absolute pissheads. Idiots. We're like the opposite of bloody Pinocchio. He starts lying and his nose grows. We come out from the second half, start playing shit and the knob grows on our heads. Absolutely incredible. How have we done it in 6 minutes? How have we... What goes on in the half-time dressing room at Old Trafford? There's Luke Shaw walking with the bloody Kraken going, yeah, lads, come on, drinks are on me, let's have a few before we go back out. They're absolutely wankered. Brand deal, rum and coke. Bloody hell, I can't believe it. Both goals on the midfield as well. Both goals on the midfield. We may as well not have a midfield in this game. Wow. Wow. Stunning. I'm going to look at the pace of this player against Ahmad as well. Who's this? Wow. Wow. Absolutely killing us in the midfield, though. They're absolutely taking the piss. Forest all over again. 2 goals in 5 minutes after half-time, says Shat. Look, this is what I mean. We could have been 2-0 up at half-time. He's playing brilliant, Scott. Sign this Scott up. He looks fucking world-class. Then again, I wouldn't sign Scott up on this game because he is playing against the bloody Chuckle Brothers. Mate, if we go on and win this game, I still want the same level of analysis, right? Even if we win 5-3, and you know, it's a great win for us, and it will be, I still want people to remember we've conceded 3 goals against Bournemouth because our midfield is fucking shit. Mount's ghosting as well, says me. I think Mason Mount had a good first 10 minutes and then disappeared. I said that in halfway through the first half. That's a crap wall as well. I mean, what's Bruno doing in the wall there? And he still tries to blame someone else. That's not Lemens' fault, really. I don't know. This midfield every week is a joke, says Stephen. Lemens deserves a bit more scrutiny as well, says Marlowe. Mate, to be honest with you, I trust Lemens, so I've not even looked at his positioning on the goal kick, and that's laziness from me, and I'll take it on board. But I've not even looked at him there. I really haven't. I'm too, looking at the foul by Casemiro. If you back the manager, you're a muppet. He's a terrible coach, says James. Heads dropped again, says Aditya. Lemens doesn't seem that good. Subs needed, says Fruit Loop. And now they'll sit back and won't beat the low blocks, says Josh. We look championship at this point. It's awful, says Listic. Look, Bournemouth haven't won a game in 6. They've conceded more goals than anybody in the Premier League away from home apart from Burnley, and they concede 2.5 goals every away game. And still, we've let them come and score 3. And they were shit. First 20 minutes, nothing happening. Nothing happening from them. But, you know, we get carried away. We're cooking. We're not bloody cooking anything. They're not that good. Just got to just get back and win this game now. Like, fucking hell. Is Casemiro going to miss the Villa game? I don't know. I know he was 1 yellow card away, but I don't know whether we've gone past that point as well. Must have been an inspiring half-time team talk, says Parker. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, I'm being told we're very close to 221,000. We're about 10 away. So please subscribe, get involved. Don't forget, we've got our match reaction afterwards, fan forum, daily content on the United Stand. And please do share the video. It's going to be an interesting half an hour, I suppose. We need to somehow... Well, look. Man United have never lost a game at Old Trafford in the Premier League era when we've been winning at half-time. At the moment, that record is in jeopardy. Casemiro needs to be careful as well. Let's not forget, Casemiro could get sent off. He's on a yellow. Get Mainu on. A lot of the chat. Mate, get Mainu on. Get on socials, but... What's Harry Maguire having a laugh about? Yes, Casemiro is out for the Villa game, says Michael. Everton, West Ham and today equals 1 point, says Isaac. Long way to go. We're still hitting long balls though, aren't we? That's all we've got. Fucking long ball. I told you, that's all we have got. All we are is a long ball team. Transition into space. We love to play teams that are expansive and hope that, you know, we can make something happen. Every time Bruno messes up, he has a go at someone else as legendary. Oh, he's like a bloody octopus hailing a taxi. I've said that before. Everybody, Mark is suspended. It goes till game week 19, says Chandler Chucky. Well, you know, maybe we'll see Mainu, but I actually don't think we will we? Nathan says 5-1. This needs to be the game he subs off Bruno, says Demi. Mate, it ain't going to happen. Casemiro 100% out of the Villa game. TV showed it, says Jacob. Thank you very much for clarifying that. He won't change anything until the 80th minute, says Nick Perry. Well, this half's going quick as well. I thought the first half we played really well, but it went slow. Typically, we're not really doing much and it's going quick. Lemens is average, says Dazzo. We need experienced goalkeeper and got cheap. I wouldn't turn on Lemens that quickly. At half-time, we were talking about how great it is to have a steady goalkeeper. Ahmad's overhit that cross. Mason Mount won't keep that in. This is nuts. I looked away from the game for 10 minutes and came back to this scoreline. Mr. Sedo said, did any of us really expect anything different? No midfield, no control. Captain Hollywood passed. Fernandez is at it again. Yeah, but you know what? Anybody who was here at the start of the game, I mean, I can take it. We can all take it. It's like, you know, I was getting loads of shit for having a pop at the manager, for the stuff he said about the youth, you know, talking about maybe changing his formation, you know, not backing him 100% because I've got some questions about the vision and performance. You 2-1 up at half time and people are there going, shut up, shut up. But, it's a 3v3 here. It's going to keep happening because, good tackle by Heaven, it's going to keep happening because I have no faith in that midfield. And it will, you know, even if we go and win this game, we've conceded 3 goals at Old Trafford. Like, you can't keep conceding the amount of goals we're conceding. Shoot, and Burmo. Oh, they've cleared it. They've got it. Good tackle, Luke Shaw, that was. I didn't realise that we had... Put the cross in, Delo. Put the cross in, Shaw. That's another foul. Changes. Oh, there should be loads of changes. Loads of changes. I mean, I don't really... Mainu's coming on. About fucking time. It'll be for Casemiro. Come on, Mainu. This is the chance. Petrovic looks like he's going off for Bournemouth as well. Yeah, Casemiro off. Should have been fucking Bruno, but it will never be Bruno. Never be Bruno. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way. I will catch up with them. How does Amorim play a moment player like Bruno in the middle when you need a consistent player in that position? Because he's a prat, mate, Milan. I mean, I'm not saying drop Bruno, but put him as a 10. Like, you can't have a Hollywood player in the centre of the pitch. You need consistency, like you say. What do you as United fans do? This is crap, says James. Look, we've got to get through the season. Mason Mount's coming off as well, I think. No, he's not. No, he's not. How are we so inconsistently awful at crosses? Fuming. Can't believe this is happening, says Thomas. Look, James, we've got to try and get through the season with Amorim. I think that's what we've got to try and do. That's my stance on it. There's no point sacking a manager halfway through the season. And actually, you know, if we can turn this game into a win, which is still possible, then we would be in 5th place. It's a weird Premier League season, though. Sack Amorim, he makes Ten Hag's time here look good, says ASM. How does Amorim play a moment player? Have done that. My mate Alfie is fuming and wants to... I'm not reading that, Jack. Unbelievable. Bournemouth are so bad in the first 10 minutes, says Chaddy. Would love to see a United training session, says Mozza. Might as well have Anana as a keeper. The same outcome with this midfield, says Joker. Ahmad's decision-making in the final third is horrific, says Listy. 2 midfielders from Orient, says Welsh Wings. Half-time records on the line, says I know. And Lemens and Heaven Port today. Midfield wide open, says Aaron. Maybe he actually spoke to team at half-time. Joke, says Seb. Os and Lemens, no saves. Heaven and Yoro, poor position. No, Lemens made a bloody brilliant save from Tavernier in the first half, in a one-on-one. Nectar says Cunha's going to tie it and win the game. I still think we can win the game, but look, we're going to have to switch on a little bit. Bruno's game plan is long ball and inshallah, says Holla. Man United haven't lost a game. We're winning at half-time since the Premier League May 1984, says Totally Alfie. Done with him, Mark. Choose Bruno, cost him job, says Dylan. Home half-time record is in jeopardy, says If I Speak. Well, give us your thoughts. Thanks, everybody. United were 2-1 up at half-time. We probably should have been 2-0 up at least. We find ourselves 3-2 down here. But there's still going to be a lot of space against a Bournemouth side that will still keep playing this risky football. We'll probably get a bit of added time as well because the keeper was down for about 5 minutes there. Josh says there's a fine line between stubborn and stupid. Strange header by Luke Shaw. And Bournemouth have possession. We've got to start winning possession back. I mean, it was 50-50 a few minutes ago. And I always say that the team with the most ball. Another foul there. No, he says play on. It's Bournemouth pressing us now, though, isn't it? Like, that's the problem. Come on, United, about time for a Mainu winner. I'm really hoping Ruckus on the roof that he has a good game, Mainu. Can we just get that possess? That's something I want to just very, very quickly show you, actually. So, right now, Man United's possession, 52%. Let's see where it is in 20 minutes with Mainu in the midfield. Can we conduct a little bit of possession? Bruno. Ahmad. Shoot, Mbeumo. Oh, I would have had a shot there. Don't you shoot the low. Oh! Oh! How did that not go for Cunha? If you think this is bad, Morgan, Rodgers and Tillman are going to have a field day against this midfield, says Baltier. Look, we've got a very good record at Villa Park. There's literally no point in saying it's going to be a difficult game, because it will be a difficult game, but we've actually got a very good record against them. Send Bruno to the AFCON, says Parker. As Liverpool fans, we know how it feels to lose the lead, says Brendan. Half-time record on the line here, says Dylan. Horatio says, I love the United stand, but please be more positive. Mate, we'll be positive when there's something to be positive about. Good play by Mainu. Get him on the ball. Well done, Cunha. Wins the throw-in. This is better. We've got to just, we've got about half an hour here. Half an hour here. We just got to, at least we're getting a little bit more of the ball. I'm a bit worried about Bournemouth. If they break against us, we've got to be careful about that. Because in fairness, that Bournemouth have took their goals well. Like, the two open play finishes were very good. I don't think you can do anything about that. What about Sesko? Well, if they go deep, you've got to get Sesko on, yeah. Just got to be very careful about this break. Mount. Nice ball into Cunha. Oh, is that a corner? Yeah. Well, look, set piece FC. Seeing Delo plates me more depressed, says Connor. Mbeumo needs to come off. He's playing so bad, says Bale. There's no point taking Mbeumo off. Nearly scored another one for his Petrovic there. Is Mbeumo being frustrating now as well? Respect to heaven, probably been best defender today, says Frosty. Slaith says home time half record won't mean anything to our ownership. Piece by piece, our identity is being stripped. Bruno with the corner. We've been good at these. And we nearly are again. Petrovic just lands on it. Head injury. My GOAT, John Cena, retired this weekend. Win will make my day, says Critic. Mate, we're playing like bloody John Cena. We're tapping out. We're tapping out with a fucking smile on our face. Lazy bastards. You need more long throw-ins, says Sir Galahad. Yeah, a few people getting on Mbeumo's back. You can't be taking him off, really. Bournemouth, we're going to have a lot. Martinez coming on. I mean, I want Martinez on the pitch, but and Sesko. Supporting this team is like being with an abusive partner. Say they will change, shows a glimmer of hope, then they have a stellar and we get a kick in, says Alan Miller. That's a very sad message. I don't care anymore, he's got to go, says Yusuf. Not when the game is still going. We win this game and you'll be saying Amorim in. Look, we've got to get through the 90 minutes. There's still time here. We cannot be losing our home record for a start. Thank you very much for all your super chats. And thanks everyone who subscribed. Apparently we've hit 221,000. Please do share the video. Got nearly 60,000 watching. It's going to be an interesting half an hour here. 22 minutes on the clock, but there has been a lot of stoppages. So I think we do get about half an hour. CF26 says you just need to score more goals and then you'll win. Amazing insight. Can you come to United? Because that sort of stuff would work quite well. A bad goalkeeper has gifted us 2 goals. Other than that, our attack is very, very predictable, says Marlowe. How we can go from so well to so poor, I'll never know, says TTV. It's one of these, mate. This is United, look. Watch what United do. Light switch. Actually, it didn't work as well with that one. Watch Man United for you. No, I've got too many lights. It doesn't work. Light switch FC. On and off. I think Sesko's come on for... I think he took Yoro off. He took Yoro off. Yoro and Mount, I think, is what he's done. Oh, Mbermo, what a chance. Back post. Goal kick. He should have scored that. No, it's not a handball. It's hit his arm. It's hit his back of his arm. I don't think it's a handball. I think it hit that. The hand was out, but I think it hit him there. What a miss by Mbermo. 3 left-footed centre-backs on, says Jack. Yeah, so the low, I don't know what we're doing here. Plenty of time, though. Plenty of time. It's Bruno and Mainu. The low is right centre-back. I think Luke Shaw's left wing-back, isn't he? Yeah, Luke Shaw's left wing-back. Martinez left centre-back. Heaven still where he was. Delo right centre-back. Ahmad right wing-back. So, yeah, Luke Shaw's gone to left. It's not a back four. Who said back four? How can it be a back four when you've got Delo, Heaven? Oh, no. No, fair play, actually. I think it is a back four now because Ahmad's playing very, very high up. I see. I will admit it when I'm wrong. I think it is a back four. I think Ahmad is playing as a right winger now. And Burmo off Sesko. Mark, thoughts on De Ligt and Maguire missing? I think both of them coming back will be a major improvement, says Critic. I think we've really missed De Ligt, not Delo. I think we really have missed Delo. But tell me this, mate. The first goal, what does De Ligt do there? Because it happens down the right-hand side. The second goal, what does De Ligt do there? Because it's the midfield. And the third goal, it's the midfield. So we were still conceding goals with De Ligt. I mean, we do miss him, but a lot of the goals we concede. I think there's some doesn't matter how good you are, they're unpreventable. Like I think so much of it comes down to the midfield. Terrible ball by Delo. Good tackle by Mbermo. If we lose the half-time record, just sack him tonight, says Omar. Mate, there's a long way to go. For me, I'm not even thinking about losing. I want to win. I don't want to draw. I want 2 goals. I don't want 1. Good defensive header by Luke Shaw. It's a corner. Can someone please bring the real Mbermo back? United players are playing for themselves into bad form. And Mbermo looks lost again, Mark, says Jeremy. I need to start taking more notes. As a professional myself, that's not me, that's a super chat. As a professional myself, I don't think the keeper could have done much more on the free kick, says Alfie. I'd need to look back at it, Alfie. I didn't see anything. I don't think he did anything wrong on the other goals. Omar says, sack him tonight if he loses the record. It's a back four now, says Evan. I think it probably is, yeah. My husband has turned the TV off and gone to bed. I'm only watching you, Mark. Let's hopefully give him some good news in half an hour, says Matt Mother. Leopard, headed away. Bit of a break now for United. Lots of numbers. Come on. Ahmad. Something off the ball. Referee plays on. Mbermo in... Oh. dear, oh dear. I've got to say, Mbeumo's having a stinker today. I love him, but so far, he's had a stinker. Thoughts on I've done that one. I've got therapy for my friend booked just in case United lose. Otherwise, he's getting a 6-pack of Stella, says Solar Panel. Back 4 now, says John. Thank you very much. I low-key thought this would be a draw, so I'm just hoping we don't lose, says Rubber. Look, we can't lose it. I know some people don't care about records, but we have never lost in the Premier League when winning at home at Old Trafford. And whilst records are there to be broken, you don't want to be losing a record like that. Lovely play by Mbeumo. Here's Sesko. He won't get there. Neither of them will. And Mbeumo needs to go and score a few goals at the AFCON, says James. He's been rubbish for about a month. But that's what we do to players, James. I mean, this is not the Mbeumo of Brentford, is it? It's not the Cunha of Wolves. Like, they were playing in supposedly worse teams and delivering every week. Cunha! Good shot. Well, not a good save, really, but good shot. And I'm not sure that was a free kick. He's given it, but I don't think it was. I don't think there'll be a VAR. Let's have a look at this. It's a good position for United. I don't think he handles this, does he? It hits him in the face. I mean, I'll take the free kick, but it doesn't even hit him in the... It hit him in the face. Anyway, look, we need to break the record. We don't want our record to be broken here. I desperately want to break the manager cycle and build a coherent squad, but it's hard to look past nearly 60 games without a single convincing performance, regardless of tonight's results, says James. Happy holidays, everyone. Can't say the start of this half surprised me, says Eric. Honestly, don't care much if we lose the record. I just want 3 points. I'll be gutted otherwise. The draw isn't good enough, says Thomas. The most worrying thing is the lack of a game plan, says the Goldilocks effect. After 15 minutes of coherent football, they capitulate. Now it's just desperate attacking for the rest of the match. Hungry hippos, no chess, says Goldilocks. I'd rather get Alex, Scott, Anderson and Neves, says the Fergie way. This is a good chance for United. It's a very good free kick possession. You'd expect Bruno to pop this over. I don't think it really was a handball, but we'll take it. Goal. What a goal. What a goal. Straight in the top corner. We're lucky because I don't think it was a free kick, but it's a brilliant finish. You can't argue with it. And look, I don't think he's played very well. I really don't. And Bruno lovers are going to be in here going, come on. He's going like this. But we're 3-3 because of you. You're shit in the midfield, mate. You should be playing as a number 10 because that's what you can do. But you score that goal as a number 10. You get the assist from the corner as a number 10. I don't blame Bruno. I blame Amorim. Why is this guy playing in the midfield costing us goals when you could play him as a 10 and he does that? He does that anyway. Fantastic free kick. I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic free kick. But I said it 3-2. It frustrates the shit out of me that he plays in the midfield. Right, we've got the time now to go and win it, and at least the record's back. That's justice for the red card, full stop, says Tom. John says, best number 10 in the world, no doubt about it. I agree with you. We play him as a 6. In fact, I love that. Best number 10, and we don't even fucking play him there. It's a very good point. Arguably the best number 10 in Europe, and we don't even play him there. Imagine Sir Alex in the dressing room now, says Mozza. Mbeumo had under-par performance at Bradford too, says Kazim. This is absolutely shit, says Fergie Way. I don't care if he needs players. What the fuck is this? Bruno gives more effort into a handball than play, says Chill with Robert. And where do we go from here, says Oliver Barnaby. Well, hopefully we go on and win it, because Bournemouth are all over the place. Cunha! 4-3. I didn't actually think it was going to be in doubt. I really didn't. I think we've made hard work of it. Really hard work of it. But 4-3. I tell you what, this club, it's doing my head in. It's absolutely doing my head in. It's doing my head in. It really is, because what we're going to get now is 2 minutes ago, sack him. Now we're going to get, we're cooking. I'm confused. I don't know what to say. I really don't, because what are we doing? What are we actually doing? I don't know. We're winning the game and we're getting the 3 points. But, you know, the emotions change all the time. It's lovely play by Cunha and Mbeumo. And this is what I mean. You know, people say, oh, Mbeumo's had a bad game. He's had a massive part to play. I mean, Bournemouth are so bad. They're so bad defensively. I think all 4 goals are preventable. But Cunha with the goal, and that's what he was doing for Wolves. And people were saying a couple of minutes ago, Cunha's a flop. He's probably going to score as the winning goal here. Let's get the 5th goal and kill it. Don't sit back now. Don't fucking you dare sit back now. Don't you go sitting back now. I've just thought that. Don't sit back. Don't sit back. Worst thing we could do. Keep the fucking foot on. I'd hate to jinx it, but we're cooking, says Rubber. Scholes says we're boring, says Real Life. Let's go now, don't fall off and keep fighting, says Recon Guy. Relief, says Shahin. Play Bruno in the 10, says Captain T1. Cobby or Sesko winner, says Ronnie. Whoa, somebody said it in the chat. They didn't get it totally right, but they did say Cunha will get the winner. So hopefully that's going to be right. Scott Hargreaves, thanks for being a member. A world-class number 10, below average midfielder, says Nan Bran. Mark, in the previous super chat, I mentioned about the crosses that Maguire and De Ligt get, which has got us wins and draws. Lots of love from India. How many chances does Mbeumo miss before we talk, says Roro? Well, he had a big top part to play in that goal. I mean, Bournemouth, they must be averaging 3 conceded goals every away game now. It's absolutely incredible how many goals they concede. And that's a shot wide. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what we're going to do here in the next 10 minutes, but I think we've got to keep attacking. Defibrillator FC, cause our fans' hearts are gone. KY says, are we not delaying the inevitable? This isn't sustainable. I'd rather lose so we can move on. Amorim out. I completely agree with you, Mark. There is only one positive. I actually been entertained tonight. Still, we are a crap show, says Tom. Look, I purposely said it at 3-2. Everything I said at 3-2 still stands. What he's doing in that midfield is fucking ridiculous. And the most important thing is to win the game. But when we talk about PVR, performance, vision, results, he's getting results. We're being entertained, but is it a good performance or is it entertainment? Where is the vision? Fuck knows. Where is the performance? Well, you could say it's the entertainment of a 4-3 game, but it's chaos. But he's surviving on the results. And he will survive on results, but he's got to solve his midfield. And you know what? What's happened since Manu came on? And people won't have that conversation, but what's happened since Manu came on? Possession was 52%. I specifically remember saying it. And it's gone up to 56. And it's gone from 3-2 to 4-3 in our favour. I'm going to tweet this. Because that'll get missed because Manu didn't get the goal and Manu didn't get the assist. But we've had much more control since he came on and we've created more chances again. Oh, fuck off. I may as well go home. Go home, you jinxing dickhead. You're a fucking idiot. That's your fault. You bloody idiot! Every time you try and be nice, you get slapped in the face. Every time you try and be positive, you get a punch on the nose. Absolutely ridiculous. Shut up! Oh. I mean, we've got 3 fucking defenders here. Martinez has got to do better there. Martinez has got to be marking him better there. I'm sorry. Maybe he's not fit. I love him, but he's got to be on him there. I don't know how we're playing a ball through there. Oh my Christ. 4-4. I mean, we're going to win. We're going to win. It's Leon all over again. But what the hell? I can't speak. I've literally done that tweet about Mainu and he's just missed the 50-50. That to me is on... I think Martinez is just rusty on that one. But it's through the midfield again. We've got to have a proper conversation in the match reaction. Even if we win, we've got to have a proper conversation in the match reaction because this is just not going to work against teams that don't play open. Like, you can't concede 4 goals like this. Alan says, playing Bruno in the midfield would be playing Haaland at centre-back. Yes, he has some attributes that would work, but he's world-class elsewhere, says Alan. I'll say it, Lemens may not be it. Hurts to say it, says, I don't know, Mazraoui, I don't think he can save that, mate. I mean, De Gea might have saved it, but he's not at that level yet. Anything goes, says 1727. Look, to be honest with you, we don't want to sit back and defend a lead anyway. So at least we're going to be attacking for the last 10 minutes and we might just win it and then the ref will blow his whistle. Bruno's doing a job for the club at 8 and 6. Amorim has no options, pal, says Pizza. Nah, he's got no options to sell him in the summer and buy a whole new midfield, has he? Could we sign Scott? It could solve the midfield, says Sky High White. He's not a midfielder. Vision lays with Ineos, says Ronnie. Stop jinxing the game, says Gabe. See what happens with the back 4, says JC. Mark possession stats for Cobby, says Landon. 3 at the back and play like this, says Abdul. Can we talk about the flow of the game after Mainu came on and we almost went to a back 4, says Shahin. Well, that's what we're literally talking about. I think we have had more of the ball since Mainu came on. Bloody hell. Still time. Much more composed in the midfield with Mainu. I'm still, look, I'm not allowed to predict, but I am still sensing, I'm sensing another goal. Let's leave it at that. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner, and thanks everyone who's tuned in live. I mean, match reaction's not been decided yet, but player ratings can be. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'd be very interested to see what your player ratings actually are tonight. I mean, I predicted 2-0 in our United stand sweepstake, but yeah, that's not going to be right. But player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, star for your man of the match. It could still be written. It could still yet be written here. I still think there's another twist. But whatever happens, I think a conversation needs to be had. You can get lost in the result. Of course you can. However, 2 balls on the pitch. I think there's big questions even if we manage to win this game. And we've got to be careful not to lose it. 2 minutes of normal time. It's basketball, isn't it? We're basically playing basketball at Old Trafford. Sesko, good foul. I mean, good play. He's all on his own. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. That was rusty. Trouble is, Martinez on the 4th goal for them. Sesko there. Just a little bit of rustiness from players that are coming back. There's a ball. There's a ball. Good play, Cunha. We've got to be careful here. Don't want to get caught ourselves. Please win 5-4. Mate, he's got to add on at least 8 minutes. I'm seeing at least 8 minutes added on. Nick says, I'm sick of Amorim and I'm sad about it. I tell you what, everyone start putting super chats and comments in saying you can't stand Amorim and we'll score. Because it seems to me that every time people start giving in, we get back. Consistently making out a mountain out of a molehill, says Slaith. Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's totally normal for United to be playing like this, isn't it? Good play, good feet by Mainu. Go on, go on. No, not in that situation, Cunha. Why are we playing a back 5 when we conceded so many goals? Can't keep a clean sheet. 8 minutes there. Chris Lee, thank you very much. It's the same damn issue. We cannot control the midfield. And the pressure calls on the defence. Can I just make another observation as well? Luke Shaw, second half. I've been saying this for weeks. Second half of the game, he falls off a cliff and lives off the first half. Hopefully he's going to score the winner now. It's the thank you very much for that. Martinez looks off the pace as a ditcher, but this is the thing. I feel like we should have given Martinez more minutes against teams like Wolves because he's going to he needs match fitness. He can't get match fitness off the fucking bench. Why is Sesko running like Jim Carrey's Grinch, says Ghost. I need a title for this video, but I'm hoping it's not written yet. If you want to do player ratings, by the way, links in the live chat. Just register yourself by email and you can do it every week then. Oh, Martinez, he's a bit rusty. My biggest problem with this team is we always have to make comebacks and we seem to be playing undisciplined and not as a complete team, says H.A. Martinez, I tell you what, it must be very tiring being a Man United player because every game, every minute, it's... You're right. You know, you're constantly having to chase games. Like, we're never really in control, are we? We never get that second... Well, Wolves in the second half the other day, but Wolves are the worst team in... One of the worst teams in Premier League history, aren't they? No defence today, says Mary. I think our biggest problem today hasn't even been the defence. I think it's the... Go on, Cunha. That's lovely play. This could open up for him. Wonderful run. Right, Ahmad, you've got so much space here. You're going to use Bruno. You're going to use Bruno. Tell you what. He's not happy. I don't know that Bruno's put a bad cross in there. Mark, why do you insist on predicting games? I don't, Jack. I can take no responsibility. United needs someone like Kante and Matic, says Nitro. I don't know that Bruno's cross here is bad. I mean, this is where I want to see Bruno. He's not in the midfield position. He's advanced. I don't think Mbermo's gambled on that. I don't think he's gambled on that. Dorgu on for Shaw and Xerxes on for Mbermo. Probably could have happened a little before. What are your thoughts on this game, everybody? You know, what are your thoughts right now? Obviously, we win, we fucking cheer and we go crazy and then we analyse later. But if it was to finish in a draw, we haven't lost that half-time record. But I just think that... I do think that even with... Bring on Fellaini, says Bartley. Amorim doesn't have a clue. It's so evident. Mainu leagues above Casemiro and we are destroying him. We will never forget, says Marlowe. Well, he's one of my topics in the match reaction. But I think that, you know, this would be 2 points from 9 against Bournemouth, West Ham and Everton at home. It's not good enough at home. And I just keep coming back to the same thing. It's, even if we can find a win, and let's hope we do, it's too much work against the team that you've scored that many goals against. You can't be conceding 4 goals at home. For fork's sake, that's good. For 4's sake, fairway 5. Yeah, for 4's sake. I like it. They've got a corner here. Mainu heads it away. Good subs from Amorim today. Defence lacks confidence, as Francis. Mentally drained by watching United. Just feels like we're inevitably going to end up sacking him. It's a when, not if. No future in this project, says Minutes and Miles. Well, look, we should see Mainu presumably start against Villa no matter what, because Casemiro now suspended. Do you think it was a handball anyway? Mate, I don't think it was a handball for the Bruno free kick, but it was a brilliant free kick. And also, if we're being completely honest, they could have had a red card. I mean, all of our goals have been... Oh, brilliant save by Lemens. Brilliant save by Lemens. That, I thought they were going to win it there. Oh, God. What a save. Almost De Gea-esque. Now, can we get something on the break ourselves? No. We won't. Might be the first home game we conceded 4 since Liverpool, says Shahin. Now, that's a save. You probably expect him to make it. It's quite close to him, but it's an awkward bounce. You can't get there with your hand. Good save. If he was a bad keeper, that was a goal. I don't think he's a bad keeper. Anana concedes that, definitely. Still a minute and a half. We need the ball up the other end here. It's Bournemouth on the attack. Apparently we're only 50 subscribers away from 222,000. Please do subscribe. Match reaction straight after this. Then it's the fan forum. Give us your thoughts. You shouldn't be conceding 4 against Bournemouth. They've not won since October. Exactly. I'm stealing that. Chaos ball, says captain. Basketball. It's basketball. Might be the first cat have done that. Okay. Anyway, we've got to defend this cross before we can try and win it. Oh, that was a good shot. Straight at Lemens. Go quick. Go quick. Go quick. Go quick. Bruno with a long ball. All the way to the keeper. That sums up the game for me. That literally sums up the game, that ball from Bruno there. Lots to talk about in the match reaction if it stays like this. Player ratings, of course, but so much to unpick. In front 3 times. Another long ball. Got to put the cross in. Sesko. Oh, it's there. It's cleared. And again, put the cross in. Put the cross in. Put the cross in. That's going to be it. I was there. I was like, Sesko, get in. Still playing. Isn't this what Scholes wanted? Goals and chaos. No, I think he wanted vision, standards. They've got players here. Oh, for fuck's sake, no. Lamens again. Oh, my God. He's made 2 big saves here. We're still playing. Still playing. Sesko. Xerxes. Still playing. 2 minutes. Ahmad. Delo. And that's it. That's it. I mean, we should have lost. We should have lost. Lamens has made 2 big saves. We should have lost. Did nothing in the 8 minutes. Did nothing. What were the stats on this game? I've got no idea. I actually don't know what the stats were in that game. I mean, Lamens has made 2 massive saves at the end. They could have won it. 25 shots to 13, 8 shots on target, 9, 56%, 44. Look at the pass accuracy from both teams as well. How have we lost to a team with 68% pass accuracy? They literally play the way we want to play. Expansive and can't pass. Madness. 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 Okay, let's go. Oh, look, the title of the video is Amorim to blame. I mean, and I do blame him. I do. I think, you know, we're watching Man United score 4 goals at home and not winning games. 2 points from 9. And this is what I mean about the glow up about the Wolves game. Oh, if we play like this every week, no one can live with us. It's fucking Wolves. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof FC. You know, they're shit. This is Nightmare Before Christmas, as Horror Guy. Look, let's go over to the match reaction. We'll chat there. I'll be live in about a minute. Get your comments over there. Please do subscribe before you go. Do your player ratings. Links in the live chat or the video description. But yeah, you know, the mentality's all wrong, isn't it? And, you know, you got Bruno scoring the winning goal, what should have been the winning goal from a free kick. And, you know, he's there getting everybody up. And then he goes back in the midfield and we concede again. You can shake your fucking head, but you're not playing in the right position, mate. I do feel sorry for you. You know, you're scoring goals that should be winning goals, but you're in the fucking midfield. Anyway, let's get over to the match reaction. I'll see you over there.